Welcome, Travels and Patrons. Welcome to the Othmerweizen Tavern. Thanks again for joining us. Do not be alarmed if you're waiting for a YouTube episode to show up there this week and it didn't show up. We just didn't have a game last week. Life gets in the way. That's good. And do not adjust your sets. There is another person sitting over that way. Yeah. Braden, say hi to the people.
I'm Braden.
Oh, yeah?
Big fan of the show.
Oh! You're still going to die. Just kidding.
It's either that or you get smallpox.
Wait, is that who I'm fighting?
Pardon me?
Is that who I'm fighting?
I said there may be a battle. Just kidding.
He drinks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dwarf.
You guys will get along. Who knows? Who knows what his story is? We'll get there when we get better. Yeah, so thank you all for joining us again. Hope you're enjoying the stream and all our awesome storytelling. Don't forget to like and subscribe when it goes up on YouTube. For the tonight's game and foreseeable future, I will be using Sirenscape.
Ooh, this comes on.
To do all the audio for it. Great program and good deals on subscribing to certain packages. Dungeons and Dragons packages being one of the best ones. I don't need to give a shout out to Taylor, Dylan. They're not there.
I have no idea.
All right. All right.
Some people's kids.
We don't.
Some people's kids.
Don't need to.
Yeah. Anyways, there. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, we'll jump right into this. Braden, you want to do the recap? Just kidding.
No.
All right.
Shit got dark.
Yeah, I did, and I did make a comment saying we're in the end game. I should say we're in the beginning game now.
Do we get
the title screen has dropped. We are ready to start. Last episode, the group themselves did finally deal with the situation that was in the depths of Aslan. The Nightgram had infiltrated the Zalaber family, and this group of ragtag adventurers took care of that problem.
You're welcome.
But during the fight, there was a message through Jane that after the fight was done, they finally sat down and got the message to play back that unfortunately, their watcher had perished. And followed up with an actual audio visual of what happened to the city, or what happened to Vincent as well as the city. They have now been introduced to the faction, the Iron Reach. They had some pretty crazy technology. They refer to it as Macleod. They may be recruiting. You go walk up to their front gates and find out.
Hey.
I'd be all for that. That'd be great. I'll just throw out all this paperwork here. No, I don't care. Remember, this is D&D. This is your guys' story. I'm just here to narrate and place backgrounds. And yeah, sorry, using 5th edition homebrewed little world, but everything's awesome. So yeah, you sat down with Dante to actually view the visual and audio playback of the Fall of Aberth. There you saw a couple of individuals perish. You also saw a couple individuals make their claim to Aberth, as well as taking prisoners. I will say we're not going to speed up time, but I'm going to say after speaking with Dante, I'm positive he would want the rest of your family to see it. So it would take a couple hours to get them all back into the main dining hall to discuss plans, or probably they'd all gather in the Great Hall. That is just adjacent to the dining hall. What would you guys like to do? You have some time to wait while they gather up your father, your mother, your sisters.
Graff, is there any more information on those key locations or interest points that Vincent had mentioned?
Everything that Jane said is everything I've had. But knowing that this potentially could be tracked, and they could be already know where we are.
Ask Jane if that is a possibility, or did she already confirm that?
That's what she said. Yeah, that's what Vincent. Yeah, that was part of the message.
Sorry to break the game here. As a side note, the adventurers have gotten all locations and some other hidden information from Vincent that he stored in Jane that they've now got to overlook, and it's up to them to make their next decision. Just so if they're like, oh, we missed something, I'm just letting the viewers know that they might not have access to see what the choices were available.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, let's try this again, Tim. I'm gonna take some cheese out. Throw it on my rope.
So while you guys are all sitting in Dante's quarters, he has gone to get the rest of the family and get some guards in there. And you want to do what with Tim?
See if he'll gnaw on my rope.
See if he'll gnaw on a rope. Yes. What was your animal handling check?
Let's see. 5.
More or less, Tim seems to be just more content with the action all gone. He has calmed down a little bit. Maybe a little patch of gray hair is now on him. But he seems to just be more fixated on the cheese itself. He looks at the rope. Almost kind of a dickish move by his end. He kind of knows what you want to do when he thinks.
It's been a rough couple days. He's probably just stressed out.
Looks like he's gonna run away.
I'm just gonna give him a chunk of cheese.
Yeah, maybe just give him a bit more cheese. That'd be a good idea.
It's okay. It's been tough. I'm in my pocket.
I think Dante probably has the family gathered. We should head to the hall.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys make your way to the hall, and there, lo and behold, is the rest of the Zalabur family. Even Fenris is there. They were all in their more political, ceremonial garments. They look all very fashionable. They look a lot better than the previous days that you've seen them all. Your father and mother are sitting in the large thrones in the Great Hall, and this is a large hall with a few chandeliers that hang. There are pillars going along with more stained glass windows shining in. They actually have re-rolled out this large red carpet that kind of goes up the steps, and you get the sense that this is a place where the common folk can come in, discuss problems, and they can get their ducks in a row.
On our way to there, as we're walking, I say to Graff, maybe we should leave out any parts about the Oracle, just in case.
I was talking with Jane earlier, and she's created a more summarized version of the events to streamline things, but also there's some sensitive information in there. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But thanks for mentioning it.
So there's going to be a edited version you'd like to play for them? Would you just like to skip the beginning until Vincent's like going all commando out there?
Yeah.
It's pretty much from there on?
Yeah.
And just leave out Vincent's part?
Yeah, and
Or sorry, Vincent's one-to-one with you guys?
Just the key points there. I don't really want
Okay.
the death of our friends and stuff like that in there. It's just, this is the information, and that's the...
I will be playing the PG-13 version.
That's exactly.
Yeah, so she'll edit out a couple of things, just kind of do the quick glimpses of it. As you can see there, all of Kaine's family has gathered. The two twin sisters, Zenthra and Tenthra, and then the younger siblings, Fenris and Fenrin. Fenrin.
Yeah, you got it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Long day. And then
how's
Lorna
Zenthra
and
looking?
her what?
How's Zenthra looking?
How's Zenthra looking? She looks really good. Tenthra still has
Man, don't care about that.
bandages all up. But she is the bigger one, the hulking one.
Yeah.
Zenthra, yeah, she looks pretty good, all cleaned up.
Rakell gets nervous because he hasn't had a drink in a while.
Jittery.
He's jittery.
Father, mother, brothers, or brother and sisters, we have some grave news to bring to your attention. And then I kind of step out of the way and let Jane kind of take the floor.
So again, holding out Jane, the gem itself kind of does the laser lines, makes up the illusional screen, and shows the events that transpired again of Vincent holding his defenses against the shock troopers that kind of come in. Again, they are the ones with the orbed heads with these little white eyes kind of glowing through with this chain skirt kind of over top of them. Jane is demonstrating that they do have the kind of a displacer kind of technology on them, that they seem to shift in standing still. Shows the two lieutenants of the bigger one. A little bit of dialogue goes through, again, just hitting the key points of who these people are and what is their purpose. Again, it shows the oxyhedron floating above the city, as well as the several other little ones that disperse out of it. You guys seeing this, you're noticing that there's your friends and allies that you met in the Aberth are not being displayed as they have fallen. Even some of the audio to Vincent is cut out, and as well as the Helmut part has been eradicated. Not eradicated, but just not being shown.
What about the Ratley part?
No. That does not
Bland.
get shown.
Can't see that
So
again.
yeah, as you're kind of sitting there, Zukk, waiting for it to come, you're like, oh god. It didn't show, but it just showed the key points in some other instances that maybe the Zalabers would have more insight on or get to know. But even the guards, you can see them like just in awe of staring apart this. There is probably about 7 to 8 guards still standing around. They look more armored up. They look like they've gotten some new equipment. Everybody's been cleaned, and even the Great Hall itself has been upkept. After the viewing of this video, there is a pause and a moment of grieving, because the Zalaber family, you know, would have trades with Aberth, as well as helping them out with adventures and quests and whatnot. And because of their specialty, they've been definitely sought after on several occasions. Just up until the recent years, as they became more recluse because of the Negram.
Your eyes do not deceive you. Aberth has fallen.
You see your father kind of message over to one of the guards, speaks with him for a moment. He's not trying to hide anything from it, but then you see the guards he grabs 2 other ones, and then they leave out the front door. I will send out the guards to the observatory and see if we can get a lay of the land to see what damage has been done.
Did anyone see us store the power?
What's that, sorry?
Did anyone see us store the power in that battery?
Maybe Dante, but no one
No,
else.
he was around the corner.
No, Fenrin was down there.
Same with Trentha.
And Trentha, yeah.
Trentha's the
In the
old.
middle of it. Oh, yeah.
Roll a intelligence check, Kaine.
Not
Straight
too-
intelligence.
15.
15. You know that Tentra is the only one who saw you guys do
Oh,
this.
perfect.
Where and Fenris.
Yeah.
No, she was unconscious when it all happened.
Who, Fenrir?
No, Fenrin.
Fenrin.
Fenrin, sorry, the
Fenris
female was there. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
Fenrin.
down there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fenrin and Fenris were in dueling.
Yeah, she
fighting.
can't talk
It's not like
anyways.
Fenrir can talk anything.
Yeah, Fenrin couldn't talk. Yeah.
And it's pretty loud.
Well, we don't know that.
Yes, and there was a loud noise, but everyone was still kind of disoriented
Oh,
from
yeah.
the events that happened.
The awkward moment.
But
Whee!
Tentra knows what you guys have.
Graff and-
I
Sorry, would you want... Jane would probably play that part, saying that you guys, there is a piece of equipment, and there is a
Right.
way of tracking it.
Yeah.
So that is played over. They
I'm
don't.
gonna go-
They didn't specify what it was. So, but they're. You can see
Yeah,
that
that's
might be a curiosity. That has piqued their curiosity.
I
Has it?
guards, can you please leave us alone?
They all look at Renfar, and he gives the nod in agreement to you, and the guards all shuffle out.
Servants as
One of the
well.
guards does say, just this morning, in the middle afternoon, there was a traveler who's come from Aberth's direction. We will keep him outside until you are done, and we will bring him in to discuss.
Was there a name?
Is he talking to who's he talking to? My father?
Yeah,
or-
he's just mentioning it out there as all the guards are starting. They're all listening to you. They're respecting your wishes, and Renfar said that, but one guard has just spoken up and
Right.
saying that since the city is now kind of on guard now and kind of know what's going on, they're just keeping an eye out for certain things. But they said that they've a dwarf has come in lonely, or not lonely, a lone dwarf. He might be lonely. Who knows? You'd have to talk to him. But a lone dwarf has come to the ridge of the city, and they brought him to talk to the Zalaber family. But when you guys are ready to talk with him,
I'm about to show you, or Graff, sorry, is about to show you something that cannot leave this hall.
and it's.
I want your word. And after we show you this, I will be leaving again with my friends. I can't tell you where. It's important.
After seeing this grave news and grave vision, I'm sure a path to destiny has been unfolded for you, and I respect your decision.
I'm glad you understand.
I do.
Graff, if you don't mind.
It's hanging off my back. Very
You kind of
Pretty-
turn and show them, and they just see this case that
pretty
has
conspicuous.
little sections to it. Well, it's all this kind of smooth steel that just looks like.
This is
Usually, when things are forged, there are little faults to it or little indentations of the hammer and stuff. This is just a smooth, almost purplish, large chest-sized capsule. They look at it, ponder it.
There's
Make it go loud again.
Lorna,
Can't do that.
Lorna leans. You see her kind of hands on the arms of the chair, and she just like leans in a bit and looks at it more.
there's a chance they
Come.
may know it's here.
Come close. Is this the item that they spoke of in the vision that you've showed us?
We have reason to believe so. Yes.
this is what they're after.
And your father nods. Then yes, it might be a good idea to vacate the city soon.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to my next question. I was wondering if we could perhaps take some spending money for our travels, if you would allow it. I know things are desperate here, but
It is, but we do have some reserve left. The Nightgram did dwindle a lot of our family assets.
If not money, supplies,
That can be
ways of
done.
travel.
That is
That's
obviously to be done. Dante speaks up too, and when we're done here, boy, Vincent does have a care package for all of you that he gave to
that's
me
right.
to deliver to you guys. I'm not under the assumption that he thought he would not be here to see you receive it or when you guys get back to Aberth, but he did make this package for you specifically. But when we're done here, your father will speak up too and saying, if you, when you choose to leave, obviously let us know. But we think for the time being, and he looks over at Lorna, and Lorna gives him the nod. We've discussed this before seeing this awful vision. Well, since we have our suspicions who may have put the Nightgram onto our scent and got her to infiltrate us.
as he's talking, I just want to kind of look at my siblings.
Yeah,
Just see
go
what
ahead.
their facial reactions are.
Go ahead. Insight check.
Baby. 21.
With disadvantage.
Oh, you're exhausted. That's right.
I'm still.
You only
Yeah.
got the one night's
That's
rest.
Oh, 20. Not that.
You look at them all.
Just wait.
They're all. It's more familiar when you look at them now. You get the snobbish look from Zenthra. Tenthra now actually, she used to be very stern, but you can see that she's almost taking you all in. She's seen you guys all in action. She is impressed, and you get a sense that she is now kind of wanting to learn from you, a younger sibling, especially with this item on the back since she has seen it been activated. Fenris still looks. His head's been down quite a bit, but you see him. He's kind of getting some of his pride back. And Fenrin is more or less just kind of soaking on. This is grave imaging that she's seen, but yeah, your family all seems legit. Lorna looks concerned, but then your father continues to say that since they are unaware of, they have their suspicions, but because of this thing that they've seen now, they think it may be best to keep up the appearance that they are still under the control of the Nightgram. But if they try to come to us looking for you, they believe that we are under the influence of some dark magic. They may just take us at our word, but if not, we are prepared to fight them.
Which is the
Or we
reason
have-
for me not telling you the location of where we're traveling.
I would not want to hear it.
No.
Otherwise.
What is the name of this person that brought the nightgram or infiltrated? You said you had your suspicions.
We believe it could be Cecil,
Cecil.
a blood mage, long ago that did some work for us, who unfortunately had to be disbanded and exiled.
Cecil.
Gives a motive.
It was a tough decision, but she needed to.
I have one other request. Or suggestion, Father. I don't mean to be overbearing.
No, we're not. You are our family savior.
You're too kind. Going forward, with helping prep for potentially the inevitable war, potentially that could eradicate Aslan, I would suggest you seek the help from Helkin. He can better arm you guys.
We keep Helkin around. We know of his backdoor dealings, but
I mean more of a welcome him more. Use him to your advantage without
I understand.
discarding him afterwards. Respect him.
We have learned. This was a great learning process for us all. In the meantime, we will try to get in communications with the other the blood hunters types of more of our family, as well as some other families that have keeps all across Kesdet, and we will hopefully they have not fallen under the same circumstances as we have. We have a feeling we are being targeted as the first step to something.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, if you're going to be pretending to be under the influence of the nightgram, does that mean all restoration to Aslan is ceasing?
Oh no, we will be doing it under the guise saying that the nightgram has completed her mission, and we will make it that this is what she wants. We will still accept travelers as well under close scrutiny and under close inspection, but if any of the Iron Reach comes to our mountaintops, we will put on this guise.
That makes me happy to hear.
It is.
Dante,
Yeah.
are you aware of any other parties that may have not been in the city at the time of the attack? Any allies that maybe we can...
Hard to say. I
know
I was sent out to Pious Woods with some of my wards, and then I got called here. There were several tests as well as contracts that were taken, so there could be a chance that some of the quiver has survived. But after seeing the video and how adamant this creature was about members of the quiver, I have a feeling this would be putting a target on your back to tell it to the wrong people.
Interesting. Lord Zaliber, is there any way you could get someone to Pious Woods? There is some friends there I have, Veronica and Naaman. I want to make sure they're safe. They relied on the quiver, and with them being gone,
I know who you speak of.
I'm a little concerned for them. They are fairly close to the city.
They are agents of the quiver themselves.
Yes.
Not known to many, but they do provide refuge for adventurers. I'm sure in this dire time, if any escaped, some of them would know to go there, and them being so close to Aberth, I'm sure they've maybe retreated back into the woods, but I will find a few guards to spare and put them on a mission. I have a particular one who I think would do well for this.
Oh, thank you. That would give me a bit of comfort knowing that they're going to be okay.
Lorna.
Yes.
They seem to be tracking this. Do you know perhaps if there's any type of like anti-magic or something we could do to like mask our trail or anything, or our magical presence?
There are artifacts out there that could be used to block yourself from divination magic that could be used to track it, but unless I knew exactly what device they were using to track, it's hard to say. You can take precautions, but for this alien type technology, I don't know how it would take to certain guards or masks. Maybe a constant cast of the dispel magic might work on it, but I'm afraid it might harm this. I would have to study this or read up more scripture, which I will spend my time doing this. It's a very interesting device and nothing we've ever seen.
Yes. Perhaps also, I don't know if there's a way that we could get into communication if we would need to.
I was just gonna ask, can I invoke the Noah guy thing again? You let me?
You've already used it once in the city, but since you're born here, since you're born here, you can use it again.
I was just curious if
But remember, everyone who's in here right now is just your family, so you know all of them.
Right.
But you know a guy too.
Right, that's not new.
In the room.
I
Yeah.
was just curious if our house mage was still with us. I was just wondering if maybe he could enchant a parchment with the message spell, and we could send a message.
Have those. The
That works as
parchment,
well.
the avian parchment. We can give you 10 sheets of them.
Perfect.
But as for our house mage, he was disbanded. The Night Graham was making sure that any precautions or any defenses we had in place, she took her time and made sure to dismantle it all.
He was never really that great.
And he's smelling.
That is actually a reason why we brought in Cecil during your birth, actually. But yes, so what you'll have now is 10 parchment papers.
Yeah, what'd you call him?
Avian parchment.
Avian.
So what happens is you'll write a message on this paper or parchment, and no matter where you are, it will fly to Aberth. Or sorry, not there. It will fly. It will make its destination to Aslan, and it will come to the Grand Hall.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's like if we're underground in a tunnel, we let this thing go.
As long as it doesn't fly near any fire or anything like that, you should be okay.
How does it actually
slip through the cracks?
A spoken message, or is it?
It is a parchment written message.
Written message.
You write it down. Lorna goes into explaining how fascinating it is, because after you finish it, you speak "Go now," or sorry, "Go now," or some kind of disband thing. The paper itself, "Be gone" would work as well. Zukk. The paper, the parchment itself folds into a bird-like origami and flies away.
Very interesting.
But it is a noticeable animated parchment, but if someone was to grab it, it can't. So just make sure you're out in the open to let it go.
Yes.
Does not need food or water or sleep, so it will make it the fastest route here.
Perfect.
10 of them, right? Yeah. Xanthra keeps staring at you, don't worry. A little bit of disgust, but a little bit of amusement.
Disgust.
Well, sorry for bombarding you, Mother, with questions.
Do not apologize.
You wanted to inspect Graff's.
I will do so in a moment, just before you leave. I do not want to keep you here any longer and bring more danger to us. But we are not trying to rush you out of here. We from when you said you've received this message, it would take some time to get here, and with my a little foggy on it, but a device that size to do an all-out assault on a city filled with adventurers, there would have to be a power source to it that would only be able to impact, the devastating blow that it did, I can't fathom it'd be able to do it again anytime soon. Most magics do need to be replenished.
Yes, like it's expelled all its power for its
And
ships
this
to be able to-
technology mechna, I've heard faint rumors, but nothing.
It's quite interesting.
Don't. The less you know right now while we're here, the better.
That is.
After we're gone, Mother.
I will.
Please
Yes.
inquire as much
We
as
will.
you want.
I will look as much, and we have ways of getting in touch with you.
Our current plans, as much. No, I don't.
Nope.
We will.
Well,
be
it
leaving-
shakes his head.
We
People
will
like,
get in
yes.
touch with you and we will tell you where we are at for you to send us a message back.
All right.
Yes.
But also, be wary of what you write. If someone does intercept this message, they will know. So.
Of course.
Speak in code, of course.
We will be leaving shortly. That's
Okay.
all I will say.
I will devise some type of ink. Just keep it near fire.
Oh God.
Okay.
And there goes.
I will miss your
Just not too close.
your entertaining behaviors.
I will probably just be using normal ink.
That is preferably.
If you do so see it to give us some provisions,
We will.
If
We
you
will.
could
It'll
leave them
take
at-
us about an hour to get it ready.
if you could leave it at Helkins,
Yes, we can do that.
please. Thank you.
Not a problem. Get all set. Is there anything else, or
Perhaps we should just get that care package and wait. Check up on that traveler. Should
that is
speak
what I
with
was
him
going
and
to
see if
say
he knows
before
anything
you
about
leave the
Aberth.
Great Hall. I'd like to bring in this traveler and see what he has
Especially
to
if
say.
he's
Yes.
came from the direction of Aberth. Which
I mean,
That is our question.
maybe
You would
he
be
just
the
missed it.
best to see it, and if he does pose a threat, you will be able to identify
We
it
assassinate
immediately.
him.
Graff, you want to hide what you're carrying?
Oh,
Just
I was
in
I
case.
literally was about to say I have that warg pelt. I'm gonna have
Nice.
it wrapped up in a
Okay.
with my warg.
Why do you
pelt.
think I gave that to you?
Yeah.
Planned
was
that
mine?
far ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
The long-
Oh, yeah, I got rid of mine.
All right, so yes, you could put it on, and it just looks like you're more of a your armament may give you more of a hunch, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't stare.
Imagine
It
if
probably
Graff
can-
uses his power source on his armor and just annihilates us. and
No, he's gonna
becomes
turn
God.
into a dragon.
Oh,
That
Hear
shit.
metal
Jane speak up.
dragon.
That is not recommended.
Don't worry, I wasn't.
I do
planning on
not
that, Jane.
understand this power, and it'll take me some time to give you a proper reading.
Plug it in
So,
yours.
you hear Renfar do a loud voice call to let in the traveler. The two main doors that are the entrance to the Zalabur Cathedral both swing open by the guards. As the camera kind of slowly pans in, Barrick, what does the camera see?
They see a not overly tall dwarf, about 4 feet, but 160 pounds, so stocky. He's got reddish brown hair with a big beard and a tiny ponytail coming out the back. And in his beard, you'll notice some little wooden figures braided into it. You might notice that in sort of a pattern from top to bottom, they get more intricate. He's got, assuming he's allowed weapons in here, an axe on his back, and not much in the way of armor, sort of just a light hide vest and some trousers.
Are you a lumberjack?
Your name?
My name is Barrick. Lord.
What's your story?
I was traveling on a delivery of ale to Aberth when
Ale.
Oh God.
Oh gosh.
What kind? Do you have any with you?
Say no.
I just kind of
No.
Just say no.
continue to address.
As you're speaking to Renfar and talking to the Great Hall, you can see that Renfar was going to lean in and start the discussion, but then
Oh.
Kaine took over. No, and you can see Renfar actually inspecting you, Kaine, like he's seeing how you're carrying yourself for this. So continue,
So I
sir.
continue to address Kaine. So I was on a delivery of ale to Aberth when all we saw was destruction. I was in the northwest, and along the coast, a large army of odd troops making their way west.
Jane's gonna come out and kind of just like
Just
hover around.
roll a survival check for me real quick.
Jane's gonna come out and kind of float around him and just kind of record what he's saying.
1.
1? Yeah, you saw them going west.
Sick.
Is that in the way of Aslan West? No, that's not it.
West would be
We're
to...
north.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
east.
Yeah, west would be towards
no,
the
yes.
Rothschild.
We're straight north.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
straight north.
West would be towards
West to
Rothschild.
Rothschild, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Rothschild's to the west.
No, Rothschild's the
Oh my god.
You have a drink. Anyways, continue,
Can.
Barry.
Anyways, so I met up with a caravan, and we made our way north. They were heading to Slate, and I am in search of the Open Palm Monastery.
Whoop, sorry. What was that? You were heading to where?
Slate?
Slate. Would I recognize that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, west. West is... Yeah, my mistake. Yes, west is...
I'm glad.
Rakell was right.
That's
You're right. I apologize. Yes, they were heading west.
You guys
I am
have
Stacy
some
as
drinks.
Bring it back in. Bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah, no, to west. Yeah, west would be
Did you-
towards...
See any other survivors?
No.
How did you escape? You
I was not in Aberth. We were to the northwest.
Who are you
The
traveling
caravan you found were leaving the destruction.
Oh,
That
okay.
you found,
Then yes.
Just to clarify on that.
The caravan that I was with were survivors of Aberth, headed to Slate.
and you broke off from them to come here?
Yes.
Slate is when you guys got to the Farmer's Fork. One
Mm.
goes to the
Yeah.
Open Palm, one goes to Aslan, and one goes up past Aslan to the mining town of Slate.
Ask him why. I'm gonna say into my badge from like overdone. Like, at the end
I
of the
replied,
table.
because he wants to go to the monastery.
Oh yes. Why does he want to go
Wait,
to the monastery?
The monastery? Well, if you came from Aslan, you passed it.
Yes, I needed a place to rest. It had been a long journey.
Oh, well, there's no place like to stay than the monastery.
What,
Very
what do you
accommodating.
plan to
Except
gain
the doors are closed.
from the monastery?
I have rights to wrongs to right from my past.
Oh, right.
Do you care to elaborate?
I'm sorry, but I don't.
Very well. I just want to...
Are you in trouble, dwarf?
No. Though I am no longer a part of my clan.
How do we know you're not working for who attacked Aberth? You're not just some spy.
I suppose you don't. Though, if you would like to send a messenger to Timber Falls, to the inn owned by the Othmerweizen Tavern, you'll know that I've worked there for about 50 years.
Interesting.
This tavern sounds lovely.
It was okay. I had benefits, though.
What did you come here to gain an audience with us to say?
I think he was just brought here.
Yeah, he was
They-
kind of
they-
forced.
they-
A guard
Heard-
standing there is like, he said he was coming from Aberth,
Yeah.
so we thought it would be best if he just discussed things with you guys.
We just heard.
Sorry if I've overstepped my boundaries, my lord.
My apologies, I misunderstood.
It's his first day being in charge.
I'm not in charge.
Friends, Lord Saliver, I'm going to take my leave. I'll meet you all at Elkins. I'm going to start preparing. Yes, and leave.
Dante, perhaps we can have that cash before we leave. Is the cash at Helkins?
I could bring it there for you if you'd like, or I
Oh, you
have
know
it
the
just in my
details.
quarters. I
Yeah,
can
like
give
a
it to you.
Like a cash. Not like
Cash.
a cash.
He's giving you
Cash,
all
not
a,
the cash. Like cash.
and at Helkins we will.
Yes, perhaps that's
Me and
ACH.
your father will discuss how much money we will leave for you for travel.
Yes. Very well.
Okay. Bear.
He's a bartender for our bar.
You may accompany us to Helkins if you are looking for a group of travelers to travel with.
That
But
would be most appreciated.
please understand, you will be under a microscope.
Of course.
Yes, I would like to learn from you.
Stay
Do you know
away-
how to brew ale?
Stay away from Zukk.
No, but I make some really nice bread.
I'm okay with this.
I turn away from Barrack and turn back towards my family, and this is farewell for the foreseeable future. I do not know when I will be back.
Well, when our paths cross again, my love,
I
if we have the time, and there is no impending doom or depressing situation, we would love to sit down with you and tell you everything that you've ever wanted to know about us and your family and its lineage.
I would like that. I give them
So-
a nice, very graceful bow. And
Lorna steps up as you're bowing, and she starts making her way right in front of you. And as you
Raquel
raise
steps
from-
up.
what?
And
What,
gives her
into
a hug.
Lorna?
Yeah.
This is his mother coming down. She sees you stand up.
Oh.
A smirk goes across her face, and she does actually embrace you and give you a tight hug. And then
I'll take
walks
care
down.
of him. I whisper in her ear.
Please do. Gives you a big hug. Keep an eye on your ale-loving friend there.
He keeps an eye on himself.
That is good.
I'm going to miss you.
Going to miss you too.
Keep the family safe.
We will.
Zuck's gonna get up and look at Renfire and go like, good day, sir.
Oh, dear.
Fenris has come walking up to you with his head hung low.
Hello.
I am sorry for everything that I said about you. I really respect gnomes, and they are a great inspiration to me as a hobby outside of my training.
Wait,
I,
hobby?
I just started laughing.
Your culture in tinkering is very interesting. I have something for you. It was a gift given to me. Unfortunately, I broke it in my rage under the Nightgram's possession. But here, and he hands you a. It is copper, but it's almost painted to gold, and it has these little glass almost wings to it, and it looks like a mechanical clockwork kind of dragonfly, but it's all curled up as if it looks like a dead dragonfly.
Yes.
And he has somehow broken it, and he has a few pieces with it. But if this is any use to you, and a gift and an apology for what I've done to you, it does haunt me, but I
That's very
hope
nice.
you'll understand.
Thank you very, very much. I will take very good care of this. Everybody gets given a second chance. So I know you're under control, and you didn't hurt Tim, so I can forgive you.
Yes.
That is the best thing. Right, Tim? He
Tim.
speaks.
Tim accepts it and looks and kind of cheery, and he's like, "Yes,
Thank you. I give him a bow.
I like all creatures. And yes."
Yes.
Um,
What you do from now on is what you do from now on. So look at your best bet.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
I'm gonna walk away.
And you see Fenrir just kind of like mime chuckling to herself, like shoulders going up, laughing. She would come up to you, Rakell, and give you a big hug around the waist.
Give her a little hand rub.
kind
Then I look at
smiles.
then I look at Zenthra and I'm
Good.
I laugh and I give
Don't
Fenrir a
get
little
too
pat.
drunk, you alcoholic.
I blush.
Ren kind of sets up. Barrack, do not be alarmed at our compassion at this moment. You've come at the end of a very troubling time. But if my son's companions here are to guide you to the Open Palm Monastery, I'm sure you'll get there safely. They are all skilled warriors.
Thank you, Lord. And I bow to him.
Excellent. But the caravan that you said left from Aberth to Slate, just so I know what my neighbors are up to. Did you catch the name of the man running it, or what he was, or?
Did I get that?
Yeah.
Yes. Was it the dwarf?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. It was a strange dwarf named Cabal Shining Light. Very scarred, bald, and was very convinced that it was Moradin's will that Aberth was destroyed. I hope that helps you.
That does. Morden.
Okay.
I
I just give like a physical look.
highly doubt that it would be Morden's will to destroy something. He is more of the god of the deity of creating, but that is good to know. Thank you, Beric. But yes, Helmut, or may you rest in peace. Too soon. Helkin.
Cover Tim's ears.
Thing, and then one thing Renfrin would say to let you know what he's doing, he is going to send Trenthra to one of the other families of blood, not blood hunters, but they are they are Order of Blood. They are more of the clerics of blood. They do have a connection with you guys. She is going to go there on her own to draw less attention, and she's going to go see what's up, and probably her sister will be going with her, Zenthra. But that is what they're going to be up to, as well as keeping the guys. So you guys are all set. As for Dante, unwraps this big box with this big bow on. No, just kidding. He opens up a crate, and there he hands Zukk. I'd like you to write down that you now have a bag of colding. It can stash 20 pounds. It is very similar to a bag of holding, except only organic material can go in this thing, such as meat, rations, as well as things to brew potions. So any bear skins that you get or mucusy stuff like that, it will not expire right away. It will keep it.
Yes. You still have the Nightgram jaw on your back?
As gross as it is, yes. Zukk still has this skin flap cape on his back, and it's just gross. Yeah. You will get that.
Are we back at Helkins now?
No, this is Dante still there because he has some
this is
stuff to discuss with Renfrin.
Graff, he didn't make it too far.
It's Christmas Day. Come back.
You can give it to him later. Kaine, it is actually even your father and Dante are kind of shocked when they see it. It is the actual pendant of your great-grandfather, Phoenix. And Dante says that this pendant, once you have attuned to it, it will grant you a second chance at life. If you fall in battle, or I can go over the synopsis. No, I'm going to tell you how cool this is. If you fall to 0 and you fall, you automatically get 1 hit point and you can stand back up.
Love it.
This capability can only be used once every 7 days.
Once every 7 days?
Yeah, then it recharges. So once it ever happens, if you fall to 0 in battle, you stand right up. Similar to the Berserk feat, pretty much. Or the half-orc feat.
That's with no exhaustion, just to clarify. Right? With exhaustion?
Nope, no exhaustion.
Okay,
It's literally like
Good
you
man.
just fell to the ground and woke back up and be like, hey, I'm good to go, man.
Okay. As long as I don't get punched
Damn.
again.
Sorry, in the bag, with the bag of coaling too, there is a note from
my gosh.
Ratley. saying
Don't read
that
it.
If you want to read it, you can hold off on reading it. I can send it to you privately if you'd like, or if you'd like to read it, you can.
I'll take it and read it.
You'll take it and read it?
Yes.
My dear best buddy Zukk. I cannot wait for the items that you find and get to stash in this bag on yours in Tim's little adventure. I will be waiting at my corner in the keep's compound, trying to brew something that would impress you as well as even the highest members of the Doctors of the Arcane. Safe travels. Can't wait for you to get back. We have much to discuss.
Oh my god!
Does the message end with rip?
Shot through the.
No, just a
I'm
pen
just
scrap.
Oh my
The drums are getting louder.
Wow.
Oh, I just. Oh my goodness.
Did you read it aloud to us?
Even Tim's crying.
Yeah, basically, I'm just tearing up. I'm just gonna hold that and I'm gonna put it like in the pocket with
'Kay.
Tim, so it just stays close to us.
You're gonna
Right
make
on.
Tim read that again?
Never. Tim can't read yet.
And to Rakell,
Yet.
Uh-oh.
you have the bandages of the monk. What this does,
He gave you toilet paper.
yeah, at first as you see it just kind of come out, it's just a bunch of wraps. But wearing these wraps and attuning to them, as you look at it, yes, there is a headband in there. This will give you a +1 to AC,
Oh.
but you're attuning to it
Yes.
after you attune to it. Now, your friend Graff, as mysterious as he is, don't know how he's so quiet when he leaves with that armor on, but no.
I wonder this as well.
I was on the ceiling.
What it is a see-through. To you guys, you look at it, and it actually looks like Jane, but Dante knows that you kind of twist it, and all of a sudden it's like a little capsule to put Jane in, and it's see-through. Dante will tell you to tell Graff it was something Helmut made for Jane.
Alright, I'll take it.
Oh,
Some
throw
type
that in
of-
the garbage.
Upgrade.
No.
I'll give it.
We will get it to Graff.
Perfect.
We.
Dante kind of looks at the dwarf standing there. I kind of reaches in his pocket.
No.
Kind of twirls it around for a second. I see you like the wood carving. Here's a little carving knife that I had.
Oh, thank you very much.
You've experienced a lot, and I have traveled to Timber Falls before. And, if you've been there for 50 years, I have tried your bread, and it's quite delicious, if I must say.
Thank you very much. I'm quite proud of it.
Other than that, I will. Me and oh no, I forget his name.
We should get you a job at Scruff.
McLovin.
McLovin.
Yeah, McLovin could take that on.
Mufflovin.
Jeez.
But Dante says he's going to take, and for the life of me, I don't have his name written right here, and it's not on my OneNote for some reason. The guy you know,
Ricardo?
Ricardo. As if I could. That's why I don't probably have it written down. I was like, I'm never going to forget Ricardo.
Did
Dante and Ricardo will be the ones going to Pious Woods to check up on Veronica
love by
Perfect.
Nealon.
Perhaps we could send them one of those notes.
for
Naaman and Veronica?
for what?
The-
Not really.
Unfortunately, the
Well,
parchments
no.
will only come back to us here.
Yes, that's fine.
It is similar to a carrier pigeon that you must, or
Yes.
carrying bird or raven,
Must enchant.
must leave them here first, travel out, and then they always know back to come back.
We must be on our way.
Yes.
That you must.
The longer we stay here, the more dangerous it is for you.
Safe travels. All right.
Please,
See you at
please heed my
Helkins.
call on Helkins. I will pass
We will
on
do.
the message to Helkin,
Perfect.
and we'll see you. Hopefully soon.
When we see you.
Okay.
Bow.
So you guys all bow. Leave out the doors. Roll a perception check, Rakell.
Don't make something coming.
I'm not making
He
something.
doesn't.
9.
9. You look back, wanting just one last glimpse of Zenthra. But you look back and her head's turned to you, not looking at you. She's looking away, and you're like, and then you continue on your path out the main doors.
Picking her nose.
Yeah. Picking a wedge. Just
Oh no.
So bread, you say?
So as you guys walk to Helkin, just for the sake of time and with the guest here, you guys, now we're in what I was discussing before we started the stream. You guys are now, for when traveling, every day is one ration, so one ration is pretty much your breakfast, lunch, dinner. So keep track of what rations you have now, since you guys will be out on the road and traveling yourselves.
How many are we setting up?
I
You-
have 13.
You have 13 already? Well, then you guys, do you need even rations?
bro. I have 10 rations.
That's right. Actually, sorry. When you guys left Aberth, you guys were given rations for the ride to Aslan,
Yeah.
so you guys still have your original rations.
I have 10.
We'll just say if any of it spoiled has now been replenished, and you've been given with what Aslan can supply to you, you each get 5 rations.
Nope.
Because any establishment or any established city, there are known villages and whatever. Everything seems to be about 5 days away for safety, so you guys can set up. And even Barrack, they'd give it to you too as well. You have a question, Zukk?
Potentially.
Yeah, fire away, bud.
Just gonna
No.
have a. I have this key. I totally forgot about it till now, but does it mean anything? I'm asking Lorna because it has like a bat symbol on it.
Oh, from Pious Woods. Yeah.
Yes.
She'd ask exactly where you found it.
Oh,
Not exactly where you found it, but what?
Pious Woods?
Where was the area?
Oh, Pious Woods.
Maybe that would be something to give to Dante and Ricardo. Since they are going to Pious Woods, they might be able to further investigate.
Very
From
well.
what Dante told us, they did find the one who claimed he was Pious reincarnated. He was injured but brought to Aberth, so I do not know if he was,
Not very well.
if he died or if anything has happened to him in the
Might have been
meantime.
Better off just staying there injured.
Being
Yes,
injured by an
here
artifact
you are,
is
Dante. Hopefully it
troubling,
helps
but
you
I'm
with your
sure
travels.
he's gone. So yeah, they'll say that, and they'll take the time if they do not. Well, when they find Veronica and her beloved husband, they will maybe go investigate Pious ruins together.
Yeah. It might help you out in the ruins.
Now, as for traveling gold, all they can find for you guys is
Just 1,000 gold. That's all right.
that is at one point maybe they would have been able to do that for you, but with what they have left in their banks and what the Nightgram did to empower her enemies, you probably only get about 350 gold pieces.
Boy, that's a lot more than I thought. Right.
But that is like pretty much everything they can give you, so Aslan might be hurting if they give you that much. So you can take half or take all of it.
Perhaps we only-
Why'd you say you're waiting on that much? That made me second guess myself. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
No,
we only-
it is an option for you.
I'm
This is
only
what I
gonna
want.
take 100.
Only 100? Okay.
Yes.
perhaps 200.
Like, it wouldn't break them. They kept enough to keep it surviving, but it'll be very difficult for
No,
them. But
I'm only gonna take 100. I
yeah,
think that's
100?
fair.
All right. So you take 100 gold for traveling.
I'll just steal from.
Helgen.
Aye! What's up, you crazy bastards?
Yes.
Sorry, it's been a long day. Some of my voices might not align with what I was previously. But yeah, Salkin's there. Sees like a couple of the guards standing around, and this time not beating the shit out of him and helping him out. He's all
You
stoked in here.
didn't happen to put your hands in this gold purse, did you? That my family left for me?
No. As he like looks at the two guards who are still standing in the room. They brought over your stuff. There is your wagon. There is a donkey. And there is
our
your
horses?
steeds. Your horses.
Wing Gemmin! My donkey.
Horse.
Unfortunately, we don't have a steed for you, Barrack, but
Probably just
We have a
there is a wagon that is not. They don't have it loaded up too much. Like they said, Night Grandma's took it through, but this wagon is used for you guys to load stuff onto.
I have a
See,
Transport.
I'm actually there, like.
Yeah, so you're already
checking
there
the
helping it,
wagon.
and you saw the gold get delivered,
Yeah.
and you know that Helkin didn't. He's very engaged in your armor. It's pretty cool.
Giesen.
Likes your warg pelt. He's, oh, that's beautiful.
Helgen.
Yes.
I put in a good word to you, to my father. That hopefully you will be a better.
You put in a good word for me.
Things have changed.
Ha!
He did, I swear.
Oh no, shit.
I
You
just
brought
I suggest
the royalty eyes down upon my business?
Helgen, you think that
God,
you went? You think that you went unnoticed? You're that naive?
I know they know.
All I did was I told them to utilize you more.
Didn't tell them about the path, did you?
That's not to me.
What?
That's to you.
To you.
What path? Can I walk over and grab a drink? Drinking's good for two reasons.
He'd
What's the other
can't-
reason?
Oh, you can't find me if I
he'd
don't know where I'm
also
going.
be able to supply you, Rakell, with a cask of very fine ale.
Oh, I take it. I'm gonna walk to the wagon, put it up there, and grab
Roll
a
an
seat.
investigation check, Barrack. Or a perception check, one of the two.
Oh my god. Oh dear. Sean's got all the good rolls for me tonight.
Just touch his dice.
Don't fucking rare.
3?
Yeah.
You hear ale, and you kind of look over there, but you're more or less trying to look around to see what other kind of edibles he has sitting around, but it looks like he doesn't deal in any kind of foods or whatnot.
More or less, the word I put in for you, Halkin, was for my family to utilize you more, which is only going to profit you. I'm sure you're going to skyrocket.
I can already feel the gold between my fingers.
Whatever floats your boat, as long as you
Water,
help
usually.
out. As
Okay, I will, for sure. I've always
I trust you.
Zukk chuckles.
No.
I give him a nod.
I can't tell you where we're going. Things are.
I don't want to know.
Strange. Stay safe, Halkin.
You as well. Thank you for everything
Farewell.
you've done for the city of Aslan.
Thank you as well.
I'm assuming they probably gave you your little
Graff,
clips onto you.
This was in
What?
the cash from Vincent.
Yeah.
I have it.
Oh yeah, I kind
It's,
of forgot about that.
Seems like a. I don't want to say that. I was gonna say something ridiculous.
Looks like Jane would just fit in.
Yes.
there.
it's a-
Jane, what do you make of this thing? What?
It looks like an enclosing armor for me, and as well as something to protect me from any kind of dispel magics.
I'm kind of like taken aback at this voice that's coming on.
Actually, you can't hear it.
You can't hear it.
okay,
Just-
yeah.
If you want Jane, yeah, you have a mute button to it and a loudspeaker to it. She can do both.
Yeah. Only when I tell her to talk.
physically
Yeah.
She will talk
case.
out loud.
She-
so.
It's a beatbox.
That's what she assumes it does.
Mhm.
Would you like me to?
Hop in.
She floats out.
Yeah,
you
nice.
you would see it floating. A beautiful as a dwarf too. See this beautiful gem that is a light blue. Yeah, it's light blue now. Yeah, light blue color kind of float out of his armament and then sit in this little casing. Screwed on or close it. Then you hear for the first time ever, Jane kind of hee hee woo
You all
This
right?
is not what I thought it did. Oh, maybe it. I will take some time. I will need to go in shutdown mode, but I believe this might be able to provide me with extra charges, not the dispel protection. I will have to find out in about 8 bells.
All right, do what you can.
She kind of still fits and closes your armor. Kind of adapts to it, like it's almost programmed to know to close in on it. She does go into a slight hum mode, and the light itself kind of dims to a darker blue.
Tickles a little bit.
But yeah, whatever this is, you'll find out in about 8 hours.
I'm gonna like a bird. You'll get used to
By
it.
this time, I have my horse.
Yeah, all your horses, everything's all loaded up.
Halkin,
Yeah.
do
Yes.
you have a like sidebar? Do you have a truth serum?
There is the
Just-
zone of truth, but I don't have any of that on it. It is a spell most paladins and clerics can cast.
You see the weird new guy to the party?
It's not me.
Yes.
I came from. Oh yeah, you have no idea what's going on. I.
No, I don't.
You don't want to.
No, I don't.
I'm not. I'm
In
not.
my line of business, less questions the better.
Perfect. That's why me and you get along so well.
That we do.
I'm just not sure if I can trust him. I want to know if I can. Do you have anything?
Just keep an eye on him. You seem to have figured out that your family had been taken over, so I have a feeling you'd be able to find out if this one here was not who he says he is, or if he's here to cause trouble. No offense, Barrick. No, just kidding. Sorry, he didn't. I get carried away sometimes.
Fair enough.
At the time, Rakell's gonna, or I'm gonna walk back in. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a drink in my hand and a glass.
Mhm.
Halkin, this is delicious.
It is.
But I come and give him a hug.
Mhm.
We're off to the monastery, so we must be getting going.
Okay, I did. All right. Just, I do not need to know where you go from after that.
We don't even know.
I'm not surprised.
Gonna roll around
I
in
don't-
front with the cart. And
All right, so you guys are all ready to
Hop
go.
in the car and sit beside my cask and kind of just kick it
All
back.
right.
I'm outwing Jebin and give him a good pat.
So as you guys are on the map there at Halkins, you know you have to backtrack through the city,
Yeah.
come down to the Farmer's Fork. They're kind of cusping the, going through the city, seeing the statue of your grandfather Phoenix, seeing the establishments that you've known for a long time for your childhood. Once again, leaving them behind you, carrying on to the Farmer's Fork. There you actually, because it is on the decline of the mountain itself, between the peaks, you can, traveling about a half a day to the Farmer's Forks. You You left late afternoon, so if you stick to the roads, you might make it there very late at the Open Palm Monastery. You may need to set up camp at one point, or just push on through the night. But standing at this fork, you can look over the grass hills and where you've just come from, Barrack, and the smell of burning soot still holds heavy in the air. But looking through the grass hills, you can see from this, before when you looked over your shoulder to see Aberth as you once left it, with the arcane tower standing tall, the keep onto the mountain, or keep onto the bordered walls, as well as the Aberth Fortress outlined in the skyline, is now just black smoke that is filling the air.
Who's driving the carriage, boys?
It's me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I roll it around.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
Let us set up camp for the night.
We can set up camp at the Fork Roads. There are.
Yeah.
It does look like it is a place that people set up camp before.
Yeah.
We will set up camp right there, and we're going to go for a little early break before 9, so we can have a good hour and a half left to finish off this.
Yeah, right.
Good.
All right,
On
be
the
back.
road.
Get your drinks refilled. Grab a plate of food. Find the Elven herb.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back, travelers, patrons,
Hello.
and adventurers. We are back. The adventuring crew has now left Aslan and have set up camp at the Farmer's Fork, looking over the remains of a great city that once was, that is still off in the distance. You guys are camping for the night, and I can hear myself again. The sky itself is there is a little bit of haze to it. You have guys, I've declined down a bit now. You're at a lower altitude than what you were at Aslan. As you guys camp for the night, anything you wanted to do? Say no.
I want to tinker on my dragonfly.
Tinker on it.
I want to tinker on my
The
dragonfly.
whole purpose.
Roll
of
an
the-
intelligence check, please. See what's up with tinkers.
Oh my god, I thought Graff.
Yeah. What?
Can you help me look at this?
What is that?
Thunder just gave it to me. I apologize for calling me.
I mean, I could
Subhuman.
take a look. What do you want to do with it?
I want it to work again. You said he broke it. Out of rage.
Close to your mic.
Out of rage. Yes. I was just wondering if we can get it fixed and maybe flying on its own.
Yeah, I can play around with it. Sure, I'm just waiting around right now, so go again. Take it.
You can either roll again, or you get Graff to roll.
Hey, Graff roll.
Get me to roll.
Yeah.
Just.
Just I think it's an intelligence check. I'll have to get back on it. I don't
Yeah.
have Xander's guide right here. Or
like I would use like my tools and.
yeah. Oh yeah, your
so-
tinker's tool, so it'll give you your
Yeah,
proficiency
double,
too.
double proficiency.
Sure.
What's my proficiency? 17.
17. Looking at it, as well as the pieces that Zukk has with it,
18. Sorry, 18.
you'd have to spend some time with it. You
Yeah.
think you can get the pieces back in, but it also looks like it's missing. It's still missing components to it. So you think you could maybe get it to get the legs working, but the wings themselves, it would take some more parts or buy them somewhere.
Like, you see this here, like this piece is missing, so and that cog won't turn with it, like it's kind of stripped. So, I mean, if we could find the pieces for it, I could probably get it working. But
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll just hold on to it.
Yeah.
And see if we can get it
well,
going.
here you can have it back. For now, yeah, I don't want to lose it.
Unfortunate.
I
Classic feminist.
am going
Spiting me again.
to attune, or not attune, but well, I'm going to attune with my pendant.
Okay.
Along the
Just
travel.
takes a short rest. Yeah.
But I'm going to Lady Gracie's necklace that she gave me.
Yes.
I'm going to try and talk to her in my sleep.
Okay.
I forgot about that. That's awesome.
I want you to roll. Let's say wisdom saving throw for me, please.
True that. 18.
Nice.
Oh, with disadvantage?
No, this
that's
is a saving
that's right,
throw.
no,
This is nothing.
Wee.
Okay. Well then. All right. 2 seconds here. Just while you're resting,
Yeah.
is someone taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay, Graff will take first watch. Just roll me a d20 for me, please.
13.
Okay. Who's going to take second watch?
I will.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
It's been pretty quiet, man.
2. Perfect. Yes. So as you sit there, the haze in the sky, you can tell is not actually weather permitting. It's just the wind is blowing the smoke from the city. So a painful smell comes in. You're not adding anything to the d20. You're just
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
but above this low haze against the mountainsides, the sky itself is starting to stars are starting to shine. There is the 3 moons now very offset from it. Not very offset, but they're out of alignment. Once they were getting close, you can tell that they're going their separate ways. But other than that, nothing really piques of interest. As you wake up Zukk to take his watch, same thing. Quiet. There is a chill to the air, but still in the middle of summer months. So again, but
when I'm taking my watch, at one point I want to look through my book of herbology that I got
Perfect.
from Lorna.
Mhm.
I also want to take a look around our campsite and see if there's something
Okay.
maybe
As you take a little walk, roll a nature check for me
any herbs.
with advantage because you're in the Aberth area.
15.
15. You do find a blue flower close by, just by itself, growing out of stone. And the leaf patterns themselves look like they're blue petals. They have a little bit of white pollen kind of in the middle. But the blue leaves themselves look pretty cool because they have little white lines through them, but they're jagged like lightning. And this is called the Bayer plant. Bayer flower.
Bayer? Like
Yeah.
B-A-Y-E-R?
Behr.
Holy crap, you threw me for a whirl.
Beher. Yeah, Beher.
I'm gonna go back to my
Roll investigation check.
okay.
It's gonna get bit by something.
15.
15. You hear the sound of trickling liquid.
Ah!
Kind of look around for a bit, and the cask on the back of the wagon, the cork itself is actually taken out of it, and ale is leaking all over the
Do I wake up at the sound of this?
Behi. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna go back.
Oh, also, is there a campfire going right now for you guys?
I was just about to say I'm gonna go back to the campfire.
So we'll assume there's a little fire going on the mountainside.
I'm gonna go back to the fire and I'm going to light a torch for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go towards the wagon and take a peek.
Roll a perception check for me.
11.
11? In the peripherals, you think you see something on the rocks, but then you're just, it's just my shadow.
Okay. I'm gonna draw my dagger. And I'm just gonna creep towards, like, I don't wanna go, so, like, if I wanna
get
go
you.
to the back and come
Yeah,
out
so as you
back.
do, you look around there, you don't
Yeah.
see anything. The ale still pouring out of the cask.
I'm not hearing this?
It's like, he hasn't woken anybody up.
Oh my god.
Like I said, the cork is still
We're sleeping.
right beside the wagon itself.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go over my pendant and just be like, hey, Graff.
What,
Would it even come through if I was asleep?
Everyone would hear it.
It's not conscious right
I'm
now.
not conscious, so
No?
it'd just be
Oh,
static.
So you're
okay.
just talking to yourself.
Fudge.
I'm laying right there.
Okay.
On the cart, probably.
Who would be closest to me, I guess, in perimeter of the...
He's the one who just woke you up, so I'm guessing you just slept.
Okay, I'm just gonna, like...
I'm on the
I'm gonna kick,
It
like,
was
a
my
rock.
mistake. I didn't ask how camp was formed.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to, like, I'm gonna kick, like, a rock or something on the ground over and try and wake up, like, Graff and just... Hey!
Yeah, what is it?
Were you drinking last night?
Do you ever see me drink?
Somebody might be around us.
Did you look around?
Now at this time you can hear this sort of...
And I'm gonna go... Now that he's, like, awake,
Assholes.
I'm just gonna go and cork it.
There's a lot on the ground
Yeah,
here.
there's a smell of like honey in the air.
Rakell's gonna kill someone. I think Rakell forgot to cork the...
Do you think he would actually unforget?
see, that's, again... Why I think there might be somebody here.
Alright,
I thought I saw something in here, but it was my shadow.
I'm gonna take a look and light my own torch and then take a look around real quick.
Roll an investigation check.
These guys are worse.
9.
Your private
Right.
stock is.
Roll a perception check for me now too.
It's gonna be a long journey.
At least drink it, you fuck.
20.
20. You get the sense that you're being watched, but no matter where you look around, you don't see anybody. You don't see anything of notice. But like one moment there, you kind of look, and the shadow of yourself kind of just shifts for a second, and then goes back to normal.
You fucking.
And you just get this feeling like you're being watched.
Something's not right here.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go inside the carriage.
Yeah, it's not covered. Remember, this is an open wagon.
Oh,
There's no over top.
okay.
There are places to reinforce it and make it one of those.
That's my plan.
I believe, I said it was open wagon at first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a minute and cast detect magic
Okay.
as like a ritual, and take a couple minutes and see how that goes.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna, while he's doing that, I'm gonna be keeping watch,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't
Just,
really do that at the same time.
Okay, so you're taking 10 minutes there.
Maybe
Everything's
wake the guys up. Do you feel that though?
Yeah, there's something going on here. Almost feels
Is
like we're being watched.
I'm gonna act like I get to do things. I can't do two things at once here.
you're concentrating right now on getting your
Yes.
ritual ready
So
for the
I'll have to
detect
do that
magic.
first, and then I'll.
Okay.
It is good.
All right.
It takes, I believe, like
10 minutes or something.
So there was a certain area where I thought there was something?
Just
or
the
like, was there like a
you have
certain
quick
direction?
flat like no yeah along.
Yeah.
So where you guys are camped out right now, along the northern side is the face of the mountain.
Yeah.
That leads in. You can see this path. It's very wide along the mountain, but it's still there's no railing or border going across the side of it. It's just open.
Yeah.
Slides down the mountain, and below you see the grass hills. But when you turn with your torch here real quick, just the it almost looked like someone was standing behind you, like their shadow was there.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, as you like looked even closer, it just became your own shadow, and with your torch kind of going out, it's flickering lights around.
Well, I would have been like, who goes there?
No sound, no nothing.
You picking anything up, Zukk?
After the 10 minutes have reached, you don't detect any form of magic that you're not familiar with your other members.
nope, just Jane.
Well, what I'm
I'm gonna weird is this? I'm just gonna make sure all our guys are just hanging out.
Yeah, everyone's there. Barrick's passed out sleeping.
Everybody's there.
Kaine's there sleeping, looking like he's turning a little bit, wincing.
Well, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Let's put a few torches out around the perimeter, just light the area a bit, just in case.
Alright,
Gotcha.
sounds good.
And,
We'll do that.
The cask has been filled. Go back to your watch. Again, nothing really. Every now and then you kind of
Peeking over at the carriage.
yeah, nothing transpires. Who's gonna do? Who are you gonna wake up next?
I'm gonna wake up Kaine.
Because you know the ale's been
I'm
spilled
just
over.
gonna.
All right.
Let's sink into the ground a bit.
So we had a bit of an incident last night.
No. This is all gonna happen before you wake him up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Kaine, you have a little bit time getting to sleep. The feelings of accomplishments and the weight of the world no longer on your shoulders for these past stressful days. It is blackness, and you feel yourself as you pass out holding the little necklace. Your vision finally goes dark. you start hearing you are whisked away. Standing there, you kind of awaken. You think you're awakened until you realize you're standing with cobblestone behind you of a pathway. A large fortress that you're familiar with is the Aberth Fortress. And then there's the maple... Yeah, it's the maple tree standing beside where Vincent very first took you down into. What would you like to do?
So I'm planted facing this tree?
Yeah,
correct?
you're standing there facing there. You are in the Arrowhead of Aberth, the island there that was in the middle.
I'm going to head towards the tree.
Okay. You go towards the tree. As soon as you walk forward, it just opens up.
Before I walk in, I would just like to take a quick scan of the surroundings.
Quick surroundings. I'll roll a perception check for me.
19.
19. For a moment, you glance over in between the statue of the great archer that stands there, and some of the trees and other the temple of all of them there. You see a tall, thin-framed individual standing there with a long cloak on it that just seems to be blowing, even though you don't feel wind where you are. It is, while you're in there, it is afternoon. It's like daytime. But you see this figure standing over there, this red cloak. From this distance, you can't really make out his face, but you can see him there as there seems to be no one else around.
Do I make out a face at all?
You want to pry further and try to see?
Yeah, just...
Okay, you take a moment and stare for a bit, and then you hear a voice come from behind you within the hollowed-out tree.
Mm-hmm.
Kaine, is that you?
And
then keep staring at this face, and then you start to see two different colored eyes stare back at you, one being bright yellow and the other one a bright red. The face itself is very pale with tattoos coming from underneath this red robe going up, and you can see that the robe itself has almost like a headdress kind of up behind it and two kind of spikes standing there, tattoos going up his face.
Is this motherfucker Rizal?
Is
this Rizal?
No, this looks nothing like him. Very pale, and there's these weird different kind of almost like it looks like blacked in fire almost, just kind of tattooed up with some streams going up to his eyes.
I'm gonna look down at the
But
ground.
he's about from where you are about 120 feet away. Like he's still far away, but you can see him just because he's the only one there in this little courtyard.
Just gonna pick up. I'm gonna look down at the ground. Is there a rock or something?
There's some pebbles and stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna
Yeah,
pick up a pebble and throw it towards him. Just want to see if he makes a
okay.
reaction.
You pick it up and you go to throw. Nothing's there.
Yeah. Right on. Drop the pebble and I turn. I turn towards the voice I heard.
Okay, you take your way in, which seems like forever as you go through different corridors of the finely stoneworked, everything out the bluish color to it.
It is.
You end up back in the well area, and there standing is Gracie. Hair pulled back up into a ponytail this time, no bun, the two bangs still coming down. How you kind of very met her after she did her ceremony. She is also in this red garment with like gold trim around it, and then the pendant that comes down to her neck. That's kind of, the pendant's there with her, with her normal garments or ceremonial garments she has on.
She looks very much the same as she normally does.
More of a troubled look on her face.
Right, but more or less looks like Lady Grace.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. It is Kaine. Are you still in Aberth?
She starts speaking, no words come out. Then she says no. Yeah, it looks like she said a lot, and then only the last little bit of it, she's like, no, I am not.
That's good.
I know.
Sorry for what happened.
Something I should have seen, but I will find a way to correct this.
Don't tell me where you are.
I'm not going to.
And I will not tell you where I am.
I'm not going to ask.
Perfect. I'm glad we understand each other. We plan to right this wrong. We will do everything in our power to avenge those who have fallen.
Do not avenge. Honor.
maybe in time it'll turn to on. For the time being.
She turns and
Oh.
something,
I thought you
because
heard
there's
something.
four corridors there, but you see
Yeah.
her turn and look down at something and look back to you. Is there something you need to ask? Be quick.
I was just wondering if you could shed some guidance to where we should take. You know what?
I cannot tell you this now, and I do not know what you speak of.
I'm always, if that's the case, then I'm always here for when I sleep. If you need to get me in with me.
Keep our communications few and far between for the next little bit. We will be able to speak more freely once I figure
Are you
out what's
safe?
going on. If you need guidance, seek out the secret broker.
The what? Secret broker?
Broker of secrets.
Broker of secrets, right? Right.
Since I and my watcher will not be able to make it that close.
Where, is there a general area where it's the broker of secrets?
Closer to the eastern of Vast.
Eastern of Vast?
Eastern Vast.
We're going to Rothschild, boys.
Don't worry about it.
He resides in the mountains. Make sure you have something to barter with in the form of secrets, but nothing that you do not want to be used against you.
Where are you right now? I'm just joking. That was a joke. I hope you are well. Stay safe.
It will be.
If you need us, call upon us.
I will find a way. She turns over again, and then you can just start seeing out of one of the tunnels, it starts glowing this red color that starts filling up the chamber. We must not speak again for at least a month. He knows where I am. Childs, come back to me. We must go. And then you get jerked awake, and Zukk's like poking you.
Did the voice sound like the nightground?
No.
No?
This sound, it's eerie. Like, as you hear it, you can see Zukk saying something to you, and it sounds like it's coming from Zukk, as he's, like, kidding.
Grab him by the throat.
Ah! Oh, I guess I can't scream. I'm just kicking you.
I let go of him.
But the voice itself is like...
Dude,
oh,
do I recognize that at all?
Roll a
I'm just
history
wondering
check,
if
sure.
I had heard it through Jane or anything like
Roll a history check, see if you've heard it
that.
before.
Nope, definitely not. Don't even worry about it. It's not a -1, or it's not a 1, but it's a 4.
Okay.
Sorry, a bad dream.
We had an issue last night.
Last night, it's still night.
During
Close
my
to
wash.
During your wash?
My watch. Sorry. It shook me a little bit.
What's going on?
Well, first off, somebody uncorked Rakell's ale.
Oh,
That's why I woke you up next, so you can break the news to him. He likes you. You can break it to him easy. I think we lost a couple pints.
I just like I lean up and take a look towards where the cask is, and I see how much ale's on the ground. I go, oh my.
I'm gonna just leave you to it. Just keep an eye out. We placed some torches a bit further.
When I
out.
tell him, do I say it happened on your watch?
No, you say it happened before my watch. I just discovered it.
So it happened on Graff's watch.
No, it happened before Graff, so I don't know. Just say it happened on my watch. That's fine.
It's when he was looking through that book.
Yeah. I was trying to make some.
I wake up and start stretching, and I kind of just I muse at Zuck's.
Situation.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
I'm
Alright.
not too worried about it.
All right. Roll a d20 for me on your watch, please.
Yeah. 18.
Okay. Goes by, you look at the mess, kind of figure everything out. You know there's 2 hours, or sorry, about more 2 hours to the watch
My
there.
exhaustion's gone?
Yes, it is, sir.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 2 nights.
Yeah, but he was
Oh, right.
mentally exerting himself to talk to
Oh,
Lady Gracie.
well, it's up to you then.
No, it's
Okay.
for now, it's good. Campfire still burns. You have 2 people you could either wake up. You can either wake up Barrick or Rakell.
That's 22 right here.
I don't
Because just with one other person, you should be able to get through the rest
trust
of
Barrick, so I'll
Mhm.
wake up Rakell.
Oh boy.
it. Okay, wake up Rakell.
I
What goes
give
on?
I give him a kick on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then a tap.
Oh, Kaine.
How's it going?
Morning.
It's not probably another 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
2 bells until morning.
Oh, my watch?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. You look flustered.
Sorry, Barrick drank all your ale last night.
Oh, that's okay. A dwarf's gonna do dwarf things. I
I
quite like him. He makes the best bread.
The only issue is, Rakell, that upon drinking the ale, he left it uncorked and spilled 3/4 of it out on the ground.
This guy. You're kidding.
I wish I wasn't.
I'm gonna run over to the L on the cart. Well, actually, I'm sleeping near it, so I'm just gonna like walk around. What do I see? How bad is it?
I would have.
It's bad.
Messy.
I would have picked up some of the ale and like put it on Barrick's clothing before.
Oh my god.
It's alright. But yeah, you notice that it does look like
Bad
there was some
people.
spillage. Anything else you want to do during your watch?
I'm just gonna like
Pull your hair
sit
out.
there, just
Yeah,
like
whatever.
no, I got hair.
His
I'm
hair's
getting-
growing back.
I'm getting pretty long and
Yeah.
shaggy. I'm just gonna sit there and just like dip my monk monk stuff. I'm just gonna like kind of dip it in.
I like that.
I go back to
Yeah,
sleep.
it's still damp enough, and there's enough pooled there that you do get a good couple of swigs out of it.
That's what I wait.
Did they not notice for 5 hours? I'm like picking up the cask. Like, how much is left? Like how empty is
It
this
looks
bad
like
boy?
a quarter of it has drained out of it.
It could be worse, but fuck me.
I'd like to just roll a perception check. for me.
Goddamn Barrick.
Perception check.
Yeah.
18.
18. As the sun is now peeking up, just kind of light up the mountain, still casting some weird shadows along the rock face of the wall. But for a moment, you hear a familiar just whisper in the wind, kind of Rakell, is that you? You? Just kind of echoes
Any
and fades.
hello. I try and echo back.
It does kind of echo off.
From the loud hello.
As you guys are awake, because it is getting close to the end of your shift, the campfire has died out, and you guys wake up to Rakell screaming out, hello, and hearing it kind of echo off the side of the mountain.
Hello?
Who
Hi.
are you talking to?
Shh! I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Wow, you
All right.
really.
I am Rakell. Yes. And as I'm doing this, I look closer at like the ground around this. Do I notice anything closer? Like, do I notice little footprints?
Roll investigation check.
Yeah.
The loss of that ale is hitting them harder than I thought,
7.
I guess.
He's
7.
delusional.
You do see footprints around, kind of in the
Derek,
dust
did a
being
number on
shifted, but you just assume that it's the rest of your companions out there. You can't really decipher out of the
You
footprints.
don't remember getting up last night and drinking the ale and forgetting to cork it?
I would never. Do you really believe it's in a dwarf's nature to waste good ale?
I knew it.
You would have to be quite a quick dwarf to get past these eyes.
Well,
What?
On my watch.
What happened on your watch?
I found it was uncorked.
Barrick?
Graff, you went your entire watch and never noticed and went to sleep beside the.
It wasn't during my watch.
I will get to the bottom of this.
It's Barrick!
Did Kaine not tell you that I just found it? It was uncorked. There was somebody else.
Zukk!
Oh.
How
Yeah.
you?
I'm pretty.
It was
You
not
found
me.
what?
You stink of ale! It's almost like you slept underneath the uncorked barrel.
I don't believe you.
I start to get like noticeably angry, and I just kind of stop and like take out my piece of wood and start carving.
All right, guys.
Alright, sorry,
Kinda
the
waste
real
your time
truth
there.
is somebody opened the cask on Zuck's watch and he took forever to cork it.
Well, I'd say.
Is that better?
I know he has short legs, but like it's still only 20 steps.
I had to get a boost to get into the carriage. Okay? Get off me.
Never waste good ale.
At this point, I'm in the
I
driver's
apologize
seat of the
on
carriage, being like,
You guys hear
alright,
the
guys,
creaks of the wheel, and
They don't
either hop on
understand.
or don't. I'm going.
I want to tie my donkey to the back of the carriage, and then I'm gonna jump in the back of the carriage.
okay.
Like try this, and I can pour you a glass.
Take a swig.
All right, the road. Graff has now taken the lead and started motoring on down the road on the cliffside
Do you have any of this
face.
famous bread?
As you guys rolled horses, Barrick, do you want to ride in the wagon, or do you want to,
Unfortunately, I don't.
or are you saddled up on another horse? Barrick, are you riding in the back of the wagon, or on foot, or riding up with somebody?
I'll hop in the back of the wagon.
Okay.
Barrick's not such a great
Yeah.
rider.
Me and him are sitting in the wagon. We're sharing a drink over the sadness that someone wastes such a beautiful ale, and talking about bread
Cool.
and where he can get some ingredients because I want some.
I'm gonna pull up the rear behind the wagon
Okay.
by myself.
Graff in the front.
Yeah. Perfect.
When Gemma looks famished.
Winggemmet is fine.
Raquel,
I throw some ale at her.
has
Gemma,
clearly just
drink.
learned having a good laugh.
Rakell, restrain yourself.
You guys notice that Raquel just might be a little bit more excited than he leads on to be, since he is going to a place that he is trained. Raquel, even in this pathway, you just have familiar times of running down this road with Larrick chasing behind you, and having just your friendly competitions as always, traveling on. It does take you guys on this road with all of you. It does, like I said, probably about the half day's travel from the Farmer's Fork. Going along the mountains as it curves into itself, and then starts to actually hide it. The pathway itself is hidden by another outcropping of the mountains that kind of seclude the open palm monastery. But there it is on one ridge as you come down, and it starts to descend down this kind of snake path. But there, as you come around this corner and look down, the sun itself just starting to shine through the rocks tops, and just putting a beautiful light on this blue sky day, this fresh air. The smell of soot still lingers a bit, but being into the mountain, a more refreshing smell. But coming around this corner, there you can see this large palm made of stone and rock that is well crafted, that is just sticking out of the side of the mountain face, that is a couple 100 yards up, standing there, open palm, closed, all stone, standing there with two large pillars beside it built into the rock face. The stonework from even this distance is great in detail from even a
You
distance.
still have metronome?
That is
Is
incredible.
this the place, Raquel?
What do you think?
One thing you'll notice though is before the palm itself never used to be fully closed. It would be split between the two fingers opening, and there'd be the large entrance in behind. So it looks like this stone has closed up to form the closed palm.
Yeah.
So
Is there a where do we go with the carriage? Is there a place to hitch it, Raquel, or we just go straight in?
If we get inside, yes, there's plenty of places to hitch it, but
on the outskirts, as traveling as you get past, and now you can get a better view as you're coming descending down. There is a large stone staircase that leads up to a big platform that leads in front of this palm. It rests. Standing there, and this palm itself is like the size of the Aberth Fortress. It's just huge and massive, built into this place.
How do they build this thing?
Wow. I'm gonna dismount
Chisels.
from the carriage.
Big rock.
You guys make your way to the base of it. You are
We
there,
hired
standing there,
dwarves.
just enclosed in this kind of natural formation valley that's in here, but it's very closed and in tight. It's maybe valley's not the word. It should be, or like a ravine kind of style. No water around, but just this stonework and just nothing in behind you. Just the sunlight coming in natural. So there is some dark sections to the sides of this place.
would I have seen it closed? When I left? Yeah. So
They didn't close it behind you as you
Yeah.
left. But you've seen it in great ceremonies, and when they do not want disruption, or when they're closing it off to before they. This is their way of closing it. You also know a way of the knock to not open it, but see if someone will open it from the inside.
yes. All right,
All right. Well, I'll tie the horses up to this tree over
Yeah,
here. I guess.
there's some broken trees there. It looks even the boulders themselves that are out here don't look scattered. They look like neatly and patiently piled in different little sections, almost going from larger to small into the tiny little, little ziggurats just built out of stone. Like stone pebbles that are probably the height of Zukk, and then the bigger boulders have all been pushed up, and it's almost like looking at it, it looks like a very symmetrical painting. How well put everything is, yes.
Very nice.
And as you speak, it does echo kind of in this little area that you're
Get in, Rakell.
Well, I guess I'll just go knock, and I'm gonna walk up, and you're just gonna watch me. I'm just gonna plant my feet kind of in front of it, and then I'm just gonna go.
As he's taking his time, I'm gonna walk up beside him and just high five it and just be like, "Open."
So as you get all into position, you just hear the tick, 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 tick. As a little dust starts to fall from in between the fingers of this gigantic stone palm face. Just all comes out almost like water, and then it starts splitting open, and then you see these large white and black doors that are, and again, like 15 feet tall and just almost 10 feet wide each door. And even as it pulls out further, there's little outcroppings in the stone of just plant life that kind of dangles down, almost like a willow tree kind of style. Just vines just cover the frame of this door.
Oh, that was easy. I'm gonna pat Rakell's like, let's get it
And you
going.
can feel the ground all kind of shake below you too as
I
everything's
was
taking
gonna
place.
do a flip.
Oh, what?
A flip, a front flip high five.
Oh, is that?
And then I'd want to see, and then I was kind of hoping it wouldn't open and get Kaine to try, but
As the white-sided door opens, standing there with a little bit of light shining behind it. At first, you just see a large silhouette of this hulking creature. As your eyes kind of adjust from the outside light shining on the silhouette, you can start seeing that the skin color of this creature is gray and looks very leathery. So you eye from his big circular cylinder feet planted in the ground, goes up to a green robe, and then as you look up further, there's giant white porcelain or white ivory tusks that come down, and this thing hanging kind of in between it as it just kind of lifts up, big floppy ears to it. And these tiny little eyes almost on the side of his head, not in the front of it. And then he has this little green, tiny little cap. And you can see him holding what seems to be some type of shovel or apparatus for some type of hoe.
Who's that? Rakell? I'm gonna take a step back, like behind Rakell.
you knocked. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Zukk.
Hi, I am Golo Marvin, the groundskeeper. Lo and behold, the peanut I remember, Rakell. That's now as you hear the booming voice and this tall elephant-looking creature standing in front of you. You remember his name is Golo Marvin.
Golo Marvin, yes.
Golo Marvin, but you and Larrick always Larrick came up with the name for him, but you remember him as groundskeeper Gavin. Standing there looking very doesn't seem surprised, but you can see the little tail kind of come out from behind the robes, waving a bit as his trunk just
He's how tall is he? Like 16?
7'10",
7'10".
8. It's like huge.
I run up to him. I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna climb up on him and just kind of.
You always were silly.
I got it from you.
And you have brought friends.
Ah, yes.
Who are these?
Well,
Travelers?
this is Zukk. He's
Greetings to meet you, my
Don't-
gnome friend.
honestly, don't let him out of your sight. He'd get in some trouble.
And this head just comes down with tusks as he like leans over as Rakell's still kind of mounted on his shoulder, and you can see him kind of supporting him as his hands themselves are big, 3 like finger like gray things with little big square nails on them, or fingernails, hoofs, I guess. That kind of supports Rakell as he looks down. Trunk comes over, sniffs you, and kind of frills up your hair, gets underneath your cloak. Rakell, I think you need to reassess your judgment. He does not seem like a threat.
Oh, not a threat. Just troublesome. You thought I was bad.
Never.
And the others should be coming now. There's Graff.
He looks over, and you guys are just at the base of the steps.
Yeah.
Like there are posts where you can tie up.
The horses are a little uneasy. With
Yeah.
the
Then he just kind of stands back up tall.
Oh, and you'll finally get to meet Kaine.
Ah, your best friend.
Ah, yes.
The one you always snuck out to see.
Well, someone had to open the door for me.
I know. Don't tell Redfin.
Never. What he doesn't know, don't hurt him.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Kaine.
Likewise, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Heard great tales of your adventures.
I give him a nice, graceful bow.
Gives a slow nod down. Looks back up.
Don't mean to interrupt the pleasantries, but is there a place I can put this carriage and horses somewhere better?
Ah, yes. They should be safe out here.
Yeah?
If you are that concerned, we do have an area inside they can stay.
I would prefer it, yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think the wagon can do the stairs.
That's okay. We can put the wagon somewhere, but our horses deserve to be inside at least.
Please.
And this is our newest friend, Carrick. Right?
Carrick.
Barrick. Sorry, Barrick. Oh, Barrick. My apologies. I know that he appreciates a good ale, so he's good in my books. And he wood carves.
Ah.
Yes.
I stone carve.
He makes bread.
That is excellent.
That's about it.
We've
Only known
only
him
been
12
just
hours.
living off of what we have left here in the monastery. It's been quite quiet here.
Are you the only one left?
No.
Well, who else?
Grandmaster Redfin is still here.
You guys see my face visibly, just like
Him.
drunk, like
You all right, Rakell?
I'll just have to, behave.
Would
You could
And
do that.
Grandmaster Grax Stonebuster is still here too.
Oh, well, that's expected.
Which one's the leader of the monastery? The first one?
Well, no.
None of them?
You have no idea who leads this monastery. He'd have to tell you who leads it.
The 4 of us, or 5 of us, I apologize, would seek an audience with the Grandmasters, if possible.
All of them? Yes, there is the 4 here. The 5th one is gone.
Who is gone?
Tamajon has left us.
Oh, no.
One finger of the palm has gone. But this is exciting news that you are here.
Oh, no.
There is work to be done.
Well, of course, right away.
And the one in the shiny armor, his name?
Oh, that's Graff.
It's nice to meet you.
Greetings. Please do come in. Turns around and kind of now lets you down. Once you walk into this next section, it is like walking literally from the mountainsides into a luscious garden of greens, of different plant life all around, big thick leaves all hanging there. There is stone troughs, and there is water, like those waterfalls you can get that just kind of, put in your living room. But there's this water source coming in, feeding through, and you can see these beautiful colored fish swimming around inside. Even though you've walked into the mountain, there is windows sitting there with just white light coming in to this long section. This 40. It'd be 70 by 60 entrance room that is just a long garden with a walkway through the middle, and even the stones themselves are tiny little pebbles with big stone slabs, like a garden walkway. And as you come right in with the horses, they immediately simmer down, and he points with his trunk that you can see that there is tie places for the horses, and in front of them is like troughs for feeding, with just fresh straw and hay always there. You know that groundskeeper Gavin, this is his MO, is he does gardening and stonework for this place.
I'll hitch the horses up there.
I look to
Take a break.
Zukk upon entering this inn.
Who did this?
Keep your hands where I can see them.
Who did this?
Know your place.
Who did what?
Who made this garden?
You asking that out loud?
Yes, 100%.
It is I.
It's beautiful.
Me and thank you.
Absolutely
I appreciate it. Most of the masters here have just forgotten in time how much love I put into this place.
It is beautiful. You've done
Thank
a
you.
very good job.
When me and my kin were here building, this is what we built for the monks.
I do not mean to be rude, but would I know what race he is?
Roll a nature check.
Right out. Ooh, 15.
15? Just enough that you've heard of these things, you've never seen them yourselves, and then it dawns on you that maybe Rakell may have mentioned it before.
Probably not, no.
But probably not. You just always referred to this Gavin guy who always let him in and out.
Just my homeboy Gavin.
He is a Loxodon.
I don't ask that question.
No, but you look over and you're
Rakell
assessing now
doesn't
all
see
the
race.
Gavin stories, and you're like, what the hell? Like, why would you not mention that?
Yeah.
All right.
Just groundskeeper Gavin.
I'm curious, Gavin, where does your race hail from?
All over really. In mountaintops, we work with some dwarves, but originally we were from the province of Gordain. Is when we arrived many years ago.
Thank you for that piece of knowledge.
You are quite welcome. I will take you to Lord Headmaster Armac. He would like to speak with you, Rakell. I believe he has something he'd like you to do.
Oh.
As you guys start walking through this garden section, then you get into another room where the stones work itself is more of a beigeish, yellowish color to all the stonework. Red, different colors of just tapestries hang, but there's no symbols to them or whatsoever. There's many corridors to go down to as you walk around through this, but they're all parallel with each other going across. It's here he stops, and everything's lit. Like there's sconces going in this section, but even in behind some of the walls, you see again these windows that just have light shining in from them. He stops and kind of turns real quickly. What? Not quickly. Just sort of stops. Tail wags a little bit. His ears kind of fluff up.
I'm already looking at him, just waiting.
And then he turns around slowly, looks down at you, Rakell. I must ask, what brings you back to the monastery?
Oh, well, of course. I had the worst night. You wouldn't believe it. I can't even get into it. And then I reach in my pants and I pull out the metronome.
As the trunk goes, we must make quick haste. Sorry, I gotta stop playing that stuff. He's like, I must take you to the master immediately. This does pertain to something we've been waiting for.
Rakell, please make sure to make note that the Zolbers apologize.
Oh yes.
for taking this.
I figured
We
you.
were
I
turning-
figued you do that on their
Well,
behalf.
I wasn't sure if I was allowed to speak to your master.
As you guys
you
look,
can
he is
speak,
now
I
making
can't.
his way further in,
Oh,
further ahead, and as he's like picking up pace, you can feel the whole stones like as Gavin now has picked up his step and like is starting to like march.
probably hard to keep up.
Perhaps.
Yeah, he does long strides as he gets there.
I pick up Zukk.
Okay.
I will allow it.
He takes you down on the long corridor at the end that goes up to some stairs. Again, more hallways that could branch off, and then you finally get up another case of stairs. All the stairs are pretty have some width to them. Finally, you guys get up into a room that you would know as the what is it called? I'm trying to blank here. Sorry. It's pretty much, you'd remember it as the ceremony of palms places where most of the monks go to be begin training to get the talk with the Grandmaster, but then you walk up and there is the light shining on this circular ring with two little small rectangles in the middle that are embedded into the floor, and the circle itself does seem to have like a rope kind of going all the way around, and this is a diameter of 110 feet or so, but you walk into it and they're sitting on the ground with a wooden carved stick across his legs. Has a head, his head has shaved lines in it that are shaved through, very old to the face. The neck itself, turkey neck I guess you'd call it, just looks very old and stretched, very thin to it, and he has several little dots that are going up his head from his eye line up.
Does he have eyebrows or no?
Yes, he has eyebrows, long bushy ones at the end too that kind of furl up, and he has just a goatee that is just long white stranded hair going down, and he is wearing a gi that is white and black that is sitting there. Looks well kept thing sitting there, and as soon as Gavin walks in the room and he just stops, turns left as you guys all walk in, immediately the eyes open and he just looks right at you guys as you're entering the room.
You could put me down.
I did before we walked in the room. I'm going to walk forward and then get down on both my knees and hold the metronome in front of me and put my head down and hold it up.
Perfect.
Look around.
I'm gonna go behind Rakell and just not bow as aggressively, but get down on my knees as
Okay.
well, just in the background.
Okay. What's the rest of
Probably
you?
like standing near the entrance wherever it was. I'm not
Gavin's standing there looking over at you.
just observing.
Big trunk kind of smells you every now and then. Zukk and Garret?
Follow suit, but like staying back farther, kind of towards the entrance, but get down on my knees.
I'm just gonna sit down, cross-legged.
Can you? Just joking.
Do I have to roll?
Dexterity check.
Yeah, proficient in cross-leggedness. He sits there for a moment. Rakell, you feel the metronome leave your hands, but you don't feel anybody else grabbing it. And for you guys looking, you just see the metronome float towards this guy sitting. He's standing there, and he's just staring at it. So it clicks. It turns around and faces you guys, and then sits down, ever still. Tick, 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 tick. A moment passes of silence, just awkward, very weird silence, except for these steady tick, tick, tick. Rakell,
Yes, Grandmaster.
where did you find metronome of balance?
Well, funny story, really. I mean, me and my companions made a trip to Aslan, and with the help of Kaine, we stopped the beast that took over the Zalber family and reclaimed the metronome. And after I finish speaking, I always put my head back down.
Nice. First time you've seen Rakell kind of check himself.
I'm like very serious, like not saying anything.
Just like sitting there respectfully.
We haven't time to lose.
Of course not.
You must take the metronome back to its place. Down below.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a test to see if you're still true to the open palm.
Oh.
After this is done, we will discuss much more.
Very well, Grandmaster.
But Grandma... No. We will not give them foreshadow. They must go do this themselves. I will lead them the way. All of you, please come with me.
I'm gonna get up.
Get up.
Yep.
still
Now
standing next
make
to
my
him.
way over.
As you
Follow him.
make your way over, you hear Armex points down, and you can see long fingernails to it. And he points down on the metronome. You might need this.
Yes. And then run over, kind of slip, catch my balance, grab it like.
Doesn't say anything. He goes back into.
As I get up, I bow, and as I'm raising, I say the Zalba family sends its deepest regrets to what happened at this monastery.
I will accept it when you return.
I don't say anything about it.
Cool. All right. So, Gavin starts leading you guys down some staircase where you came from, takes you down one corridor and starts going down. You know you're going down into the basement area where they usually hold valuable items or anything that they want, that they give to monks once they graduate or get their degree.
As we get close, I smack Zuck's hand.
A lot of things, just for the sake of time, we're going to get you through there. But you start recognizing
Came with us. You're probably dead.
where you're going with this thing is you're going into the pretty much the section the Way of Shadows. This is where the monks who train in shadows, not necessarily saying they're bad,
No.
just saying that they train in this way and use it to their advantage. And then you get to these black doors.
Well, that was the path Rakell was supposed to take.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh.
Spoiler.
Gavin's like, I
Wink,
wish
wink.
I could have told you more, but all you must do is place the metronome back onto the pedestal in the middle of this room.
Oh, should be easy, right?
I hope.
Me too.
Please enter. And there you're standing in front of two large black doors that even as you stare at it, it just feels like it absorbs light and it's just everything is dark to it.
Any insight on this, Rakell, or we all just walk into this room?
Can I like focus on it to see with my dark vision if I can like see anything inside this room?
Certainly.
I don't think we're hearing birds
I think
anymore.
it's a bad.
No, you don't hear anything. Yeah, focus in, do an investigation because you're getting
Or
real
can I
close.
like I'll take like a step up to it, I guess, and kind of just get to the door.
Yeah, sure, investigate it.
18.
18. As you stare at it, you're not even getting a reflection off it, even though it does kind of look smooth. And as you like look at it closely and more closely, you almost see a outline of yourself just move quickly, and then it's kind of vanish. And then it's even as you're getting in close, you don't know if it's smoke that is just kept in one place, but it is just literally a door of shadow.
But have I been in this room before?
Have you?
I don't think so. Maybe once or twice.
No, yes. Does it help you? Yes.
Yes. Well, this
It doesn't help
get
me.
killed.
No, it doesn't help me. I'm just want to know how I'm supposed to.
You know that Larrick had a friend, another buddy that he chilled with that went into this route, and you guys have met him there before. Yeah, Larrick kind of cared for him and stuff like that, but you I don't know if you ever hung out with him or not.
Probably not.
Nihilus.
No, didn't like Nihilus.
No. Yeah, Nihilus was very As you and Larrick had friendly competitions, Nihilus was more of like a competitive. He wanted to be the best, and
But he wasn't. Shit.
I don't know. All right.
I'm sure you by the door. I'm just gonna stick my hand into it. Can do it.
Oh
does it
no!
go through?
As soon as you hit the door, you're like,
Oh.
like it just you bent your
Just
fingers
look
right
at
into it. Like, ouch.
How
It's
do
a
we open it?
Solid.
It's a door.
How do we get it?
How do you open any door?
Oh, sorry. In your investigation check, you would have seen two handles.
Okay, I just thought it was just like.
No. They are very black too, as well as a shadow, but they are two ringed.
It
Okay.
wasn't obvious that you had to pull on it.
Pull, not push. That.
Walk through it. Fine.
Can you read? I point to the
All
sign
right.
in the bottom right corner.
Big pulls up.
As you open the
Bright
door,
yellow
the
letters,
light source
too.
that comes in from behind just seems to be swallowed in this next room. You guys can only see about 15 feet into the room. The doors themselves are 10 feet wide. It's about 15
I like-
in that you can see.
I light a torch and toss it.
Just toss it in. As you toss it in, just gets swallowed by blackness. You must hurry up inside. We cannot leave these doors open much longer.
Does anyone have rope?
I just say fuck
Yes.
it and I go in.
Zukk,
I
you
just
see
run.
Graff walk in. You walk in past 15 feet.
Yeah.
You walk in past 15 feet. You just see Graff disappear.
Grab.
I walk.
You
What
can
are
still.
we getting into
Yeah.
here?
I
Right
wait
there.
outside the door.
Okay.
I do have rope.
I also have rope.
Okay.
Perhaps we'll use Barrack's rope. My rope
Okay.
has been gnawed on.
And has like cheese
By
on it and
myself,
so forth.
honestly. Like,
All right. So what do you want the rope for? He's got the rope.
perhaps we should leave a way up just in case. Is this like a maze or something, Rakell? Or?
Oh no, it's just a room.
for the doors once you get returned.
The door's closed. Oh, we're not gonna die.
It's just a room in here.
Just gonna get scared.
As you look in, you say, yeah, it's just a room in here. Even though the only light source you can see is the last 15 feet behind you. It is just pure dark.
Has Graff ever shared his special plans? Oh, you're in for a treat then. Come on.
You must make haste. I cannot keep these doors open longer.
Just
follow
follow.
Rakell.
I'm gonna go
and
in.
just yeah.
I'll
Okay.
follow Graff in.
You go in.
Yep.
Or you go in.
Yeah.
You stand outside. Go.
You staring outside? Okay.
Gavin looks down at you. Okay. Probably for the best. Shuts the doors. There's still out of nowhere. There's still the light source within the first 15 feet where you guys are all kind of standing in, but you still can't see Graff standing around.
Pin. Graff.
Hey, you guys coming in?
You can turn right around and you can see them,
I turn around.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are.
I'm
but
right-
they
right
can't
here.
see you.
Just
Where are you?
keep walking in, like where I
All
saw
right, so
Graff
as you walk in,
disappear.
I'm just
where do you
gonna
have the
follow-
metronome right now?
Just kind of holding it.
Holding it.
From-
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Rakell close.
Okay, so as you follow Rakell, now he's walked in to the darkness. Every time it goes, the whole room lights up blue, and then comes back in. And there, about 40 feet in front of you, you can see a pedestal. Poof, once again, pedestals right there. Poof, it's again as you're starting to look around, but you don't see any walls to this room. There's just a pedestal out in the middle.
Perhaps we should go.
Bigger than I remember. Well,
Can I use a danger sense here to see if there's any traps?
Certainly. Even though it's it's for
But is
advantage
that
for
for
any kind
combat?
of trap you see. No, it's just if you're ever walking by and see like a pressure plate trap or a rope trap or a weak things like that. Yeah, you'd be able to. But yes, you can use that here. I don't care. Sure.
Okay.
Try it out. See what happens.
I'm gonna
That's
roll a
way-
d20.
Yep.
14.
14. Your danger sense is going off.
Okay.
All around the edges of this, wherever the metronome light ends. All along there, dangerous.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess I'll tell everyone that, like, anywhere that the light of the metronome doesn't touch, I don't trust that area.
Neither do I. Perhaps we should make haste.
I feel like we should only move when the metronome
Rakell,
hits.
is that you?
I recognize the voice.
Do we hear that too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that Rakell? Do you know that person? That voice?
Or Zach? Remember what I name him?
While this is going on, I'm gonna
Lyric.
start my ritual for detect magic.
Okay.
Oh, good. Shit,
Oh no.
2 seconds.
For doing that, I gotta turn that on.
Yeah, I'm doing this. Just a quick thing, just to see where you guys are all staying.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. Kaine's the only smart one who didn't come in with me.
Yeah, now that I think about it, why did we even go in with you? We should've
None of
just
you
done it.
had to.
I don't know. I was just being a bro.
I appreciate it.
Sucks just trying to help. He feels
It feels
bad.
good not
He
to die
feels
alone.
bad about your ale. Hey, shut up. I swear to God. If I don't get ascended from this, I'm going to be pissed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm dead. We're all dead.
The metronome demands a sacrifice.
Hey, I recognize that. Maybe I don't. Okay.
So. I look at Barrick. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Goodbye.
No sacrifice.
I have a taste for gnome.
Hello, you just meet us. We're just walking into a pitch black room. You're just like,
Hey man.
What did you come to?
I
You guys can ask that out right now.
Coming to the monastery anyway.
yeah, we don't know why. But
Oh no.
no.
Barrick.
Maybe this is why you want to see this room.
I have reasons.
I hear it's dark. I love the dark.
Who did you come to the monastery to see, Barrick? I'm gonna ask you in the darkness.
Yeah.
Seems like a weird time to ask that.
Well, I mean, we have nothing else to do.
Fair enough.
We just have to get to there.
How do you know we don't need to get to there?
I pinned you guys. Are you guys dead or what's going on?
Do we hear him through the walls? Yes. Everybody has died, Kaine. It is just I, Zukk.
All right.
Got you.
I'll see you later.
No, please don't. No, come back.
Sorry if I'm stepping on something. Sorry
No,
to
it's
do this
just
last
pure
minute.
darkness.
That's just kind of where I wanted to get to.
Scary.
To answer your previous question, Zukk, I'm here seeking guidance.
Very well. Perhaps after we do this,
This is-
headmaster will help you out.
There we go. I'm hoping so.
Oh, the guidance. The guidance room is across the hall.
Guidance counselor?
Oh shit! Why didn't you point me in that direction before?
You missed your
I'm the
due
wrong
date.
door.
You missed the due date to apply to university.
Damn.
You have to wait till next year. Shit.
We're not currently accepting guidance applicants at this moment.
Yeah. Try again in a decade.
Alright, set up.
All right, excellent, cool.
Just had to set the camera up real quick.
Coolio.
Oh, it's on there too. Okay, cool.
Yes, it's on there too.
Come on. Sorry, viewers, just a second.
It's okay, Calvin.
No, it's not.
We love you, Calvin.
We don't have any support staff, so we gotta do everything ourselves.
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, we're running again
We
without a
understand.
moderator.
We're looking for. You can send a resume to.
A resume.
It's a
123 Fake Street.
Okay.
Unpaid
As you
internship.
guys start entering in here and keep seeing that of it lighting up blue and seeing just darkness all around, at some points you're seeing along this darkness that is now like, well, you've never seen the walls this way. You can start almost seeing like hands come out as it goes, just black hands kind of reaching and coming closer towards you guys.
Those are new.
I'm not fond of those, Rakell.
No, I better just put this back. I'm just gonna kind of close my eyes, hold the metronome, and just
Yeah.
let it guide me.
Okay.
Just gonna,
Feels like it's guiding you towards the pedestal right in the middle of the room.
I'll just let it take me.
All right. You're going to take one step forward, are you?
Yep.
All right. On this moment, I'm going to get everyone to roll initiative for me. Except for Kaine.
What?
Come on, man.
Just living off them terrible
18.
rolls.
18 for Graff.
What are you gonna do, buddy?
Zukk.
Orange
19?
please.
I'm never the highest.
That's the first time I've.
Beric.
Yeah, this is the best for me. Pretty sure that's my best initiative. Like,
Rakell.
9. I'm gonna turn around, hand the metronome to Zukk, and be like, "I think you got this," and just go knock on the door. Like,
Get
I'm
in
done.
there, buddy.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kaine, open the door.
Zukk, you're up first. You're starting to see these shadows, and you're starting to hear these whispers, voices. A lot of it are saying, like, Rakell, you've come back.
Cal, what is going on? I'm just gonna like draw my dagger and just look around, but I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay.
That'll be my turn. I'm just gonna chill.
Hold an action, maybe?
Yeah, I'll hold an action for sure.
Until?
Something moves that isn't friendly.
Okay.
No. I'd like to hold an action until the light, the tick comes,
Yeah.
and the light wave comes out.
Well, within
to see if I see anything.
your turn, it is 6 seconds.
Yes. Do I
So
hit?
you see it in six times. It goes every second. So you're getting flashes. It's like it's a slow strobe,
Yeah.
especially in this room. You guys haven't seen it like out in the world, just tiny and blue. But even walking with it along your pathways, it's never illuminated a whole room. Even down in the basement, it never lit up the room like
Yeah.
this.
So every time I see the ticks, do I see anything around me?
Yes, you do.
So
Roll.
just those hands,
You
or
just see these hands
I
and
see
these stretched out
figures?
figures that look like a blankets covering them as they're reaching further into the blue, and then they keep going back. And then every time it comes back, it looks like every time it flashes, they're all restricting in.
Okay, that's good. As long as we stay close to Rakell, guys, I think we're good. But yes.
So holding your action until something comes at you, and you're going to attack it, or got to
no.
be specific.
What's your action?
What's my action?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta say what your action is.
I don't want to hold my action. I'm just gonna ready myself. That's it.
Okay, readying for
Not-
something comes at you. I'll let you.
Just not even that. Just
Okay,
Yeah.
Graff.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this little pendant that kind of hangs around my neck, and there's a little kind of cork on it. I open up and take a quick shot of something, and I'm casting False Life.
Okay. As you did that, it seems like the room itself, the blackness just crept in a bit.
Oh
As you did it, yeah.
That's interesting to know. Yeah, nice 5 hit points. And that's just all I'm gonna do. I'm just Rakell, what's going on here? Some insight.
I'm not hearing them. I'm just. I don't hear no
One
whispers
with
or anything.
yourself? Yeah, okay.
Just. Then I take a step forward.
Okay.
Every tick, I take a step.
Okay, on your once
Yeah,
it's your
once
turn,
it's my
we'll get
turn,
yeah, we'll get there. All right, this moment, as you flash for once, all of a sudden, this large black figure just comes out of the wall itself and is now on the floor, and you can see it standing there, and it just looks like a black blanket put over someone. It's just a shadow, but every time it flashes, it seems like it takes one step closer.
Ninja cat.
What did you say?
Ninja cat. It's an old meme.
My turn?
Rakell?
I hold my action.
Even-
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Being so focused on the metronome and drawn to the pedestal,
Yeah.
I just assume I sense. Would I sense this in front of me all of a sudden?
If you're keeping your eyes closed,
Yeah.
maybe.
Would I hear that in front of me?
Yeah, it's starting to peek through now. It sounds like it's getting upset as you're taking, because you said you're taking a step every time, eh?
Yeah.
So
So I'm just slowly moving forward.
15, you get to about there, and that's where you heard the growl.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue going?
I'm.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take another step. Just gonna keep making my way.
You start hearing these weird whispers and other things as you take a walk by it. That would be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
That does hit. Excellent. I mean, not excellent.
40 points of damage. Savage.
You take 11 points of necrotic damage. And I want you to roll a d4 for me.
Oh,
1.
A 1? Minus 1 off your total strength score.
Is that permanent?
So as it ticks, you feel all of a sudden the monodrome as you've been focusing into it, and as this thing has just reached into you, and like you guys just see the shadow like involve or just join with Rakell, and you just see it kind of pull away, and you see Rakell just like almost lose like definition to his actual body as he's standing there, still holding the metronome, and the metronome now is. So now there is a lot more darkness in between each tick of the metronome.
I'm not usually a bitch, but I'm glad I'm not in that room.
Perhaps.
So it's just done this
speed
one thing
up.
for me and pulled out the. It feels like it's just you're tired and now you're just slow and sluggish. But you can continue walking if you want, because all it did was just and just kind of clawed at you as you walk by. It just kind of like felt like it drained strength from you.
Well, am I away from it now?
If you want to keep walking, yeah.
Well,
So you got about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
It felt like you sobered up a little bit. That's
yeah.
Damn it.
You lost the little bit of eyebrow hairs that were growing back.
Breaking my trance and realizing that maybe I'm not so safe, I'm going to use one of my key points
Okay.
and use patient defense and kind of alerted to this presence beside me. I'm going to use my dodge action to kind of back up towards the metronome. Can I do that?
To back up to the pedestal, you mean?
Yeah, like to just dodge away from him.
Okay, so if it's coming at you, yeah,
attack
it'll do.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Barrick.
I guess seeing it, what it kind of did to Rakell, I'll grab my axe and move towards it, but again, moving on the ticks of the metronome
Okay.
when light kind of...
So now it seems like it's every 2 seconds, so you'd be moving at least 5 feet in total darkness. Like, you move 5 feet in light, 5 feet darkness. 5 feet light, 5 feet darkness.
Okay, so I would get, 3 seconds of movement if I wanted
In light,
to just
yeah.
move on
Unless you
light?
want to stop every time and then move there. So you get 3 spaces pretty much. If you want to limit that way, or you can do your full length, but there'll be 15 feet where you don't know what the fuck might happen in the darkness.
I'll just do the 15 feet in light,
Okay.
because I think that gets me close enough, right?
Yeah. Put you right in front.
So as all of a sudden the light flashes and it looks like it's turned away from Rakell and it's just.
So I'll swing at it.
All right. Swing for the fences.
Maybe I should use yours.
No,
shit, I
no.
need D12
There it
actually.
is.
No, attack.
Yeah, so you're doing an attack roll
12
first.
damage. Cool.
Ooh,
17
nice. Plus your
your
strength.
strength.
Yeah.
21.
Plus your proficiency.
Yeah, so yeah.
Plus
Plus 6.
23.
So as you hack at it, all of a sudden you just see like a fabric just as you're cutting through it. Yes, you visibly have made contact.
And 2 damage.
Plus your.
So your strength for that damage.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
battle
already
axe.
barbarian.
Oh,
so-
okay, so 6 damage.
Are you enraged at the moment? Sorry, no, you didn't say that. Yeah, you don't want to go. Sure, you don't want to go rage.
I don't know if I want to go in rage.
Does he have
Okay.
to take damage? Or?
No,
he's-
you're not even in the room.
Yeah,
No,
you're
just
Yeah.
kidding.
He's.
Sorry, that was 2 damage total.
damage before you
can rage,
bro.
Sorry.
So 2 on the die.
Yeah,
Plus strength, or
yeah.
after-
Plus your strength and
Okay, so-
proficiency.
Oh, okay, so 8.
8 damage. Oh, sure.
Yeah, you can hit like a truck. Holy fuck.
I mean, no.
All right, so as you
I'll let you do
just fabric is twisted off of it, it is still standing there, just looking over you. All right, Zukk, or is that everything you want to do, Barrick? You moved, you done that. Any bonus actions or anything you'd like to do?
I'm scared to go in rage. I'll hold off. That's it. That's all I'll do.
Okay. There it is. That's what I was looking for again. Okay, Zukk, you're up. You stand there and you just saw the strength drain go from Rakell. You've seen the new barbarian dwarf in action take a swing and rip some of the fabric of this creature. What would you like to do?
Did it look like it actually did something?
It did a little bit. You can see the fabric starting to like.
I'm just gonna yell at Rakell. Rakell, time is of the essence here. Sooner than later. And I'm just gonna sit there. I don't want to go any further.
I think so.
Actually, no. You're standing in front of the raid, so I'm not even gonna take a shot at it or whatever it is. I'm just gonna chill right there, and I'll skip my turn.
Okay. Graff,
Hold action.
your homeboy buddy. You just don't know if he's scared or you don't know if he's confused. He's just standing there, not even a little dagger drawn, and just. What would you like to do, Graff?
I'm gonna get up on the just walk straight up to beside it and.
Full movement.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you gonna
during
wait in between the
the
lights?
during the lights?
Okay,
Yeah.
so 15, you're gonna
so
get
it's
up
only
right beside
15, yeah, and my hand's just gonna start sparking up, and I'm just gonna try and shock and grasp it.
Oh, okay, yeah, do that up.
See what happens.
I hold my action to talk. Gotta go way up there. 11.
Zucks are true.
Motivational 16.
Speaker.
16 does hit it as the lightning goes from the gauntlet and hits it. You don't see it spread anywhere on him, but you see that it is hitting the wound that it's already previously had.
That's 4 damage.
4 damage
Yeah,
total.
and he doesn't have a reaction.
Oh, that's right. But as the shadow standing there, floating a bit. Yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Oh no.
All right, Barrett.
What is that? Expecting.
Oof. 22 to hit.
Oh yeah.
All right. He is going to do 9 points of necrotic damage to you.
Oh no.
And I'd like you to roll a d4.
Don't let him touch you. Don't let him touch you.
Where did he touch you?
Ooh, 4.
Your strength has gone down 4 points.
Oh my god.
And now,
That would put
because
down to
strength
plus
is
2,
your
yeah,
attack
2
modifier,
Yeah.
your attack modifier has decreased.
yeah, you'd be +2. No.
Oh my god.
And how much damage was that?
9.
9 points of necrotic damage.
What the fuck? Oh no!
Does anything else happen?
Hey? What do you mean?
It? After that?
No, he just does a strength. You just see like the essence and power come out of Barrick, and then as like the light ticks again, you can see this other carpet shadow figure in behind Rakell get up right behind it, right behind him, and that is a 17 to hit.
Yep.
It is going to do. That's going to be 8 points of necrotic damage. And I'd like you to roll a d4.
He's close to unconscious.
3.
Your strength is reduced by 3 points.
Don't need it anyways.
Let me know
What's
when
your
you're
strength at?
7.
Oh,
-2 modifier, baby.
Oh no.
Wait,
Rakell.
is it?
Time is of the
Yeah.
essence.
Wait, if you're at 7, yeah, it's -2 right
Yeah,
now. If
yeah,
it gets down to
-2.
-6, it's -3. And
Yeah.
then we'll see how far you keep going down.
If I go so far below 0, do I eventually just come back around the other side? Like, 0,
Infinite
99, 98. Damn it.
All right, okay. Rakell, what would you like to do?
So I'm beside the pedestal.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna put the metronome on the pedestal,
All right.
and then I'm gonna punch this fucking ghost in front of me in the face.
So as you set it down, this just a circle of just looks like blue fire just emanates out of the middle of the metronome as it hits the middle, stays there for a second as it lights up the whole room, and it even looks like the blast of it where you guys are all standing has shadows kind of all over around from where you guys are, and it just looks like as the light starts to dim and it looks like your shadows are like burnt into the ground itself. Then the room goes completely dark. So you'd like to punch. You can make an attack roll with disadvantage.
That one.
Oh, you're so lucky no one's close to you. As you swing around, you just...
well, we better not hit that metronome off the pedestal, bro.
Good idea, Kaine.
You're not in the room!
Should I do it?
Shut your mouth.
It's not even in there.
Kaine, I want you to roll a d4.
God damn it.
Even he knocks it off, odds he just hits his hand against the pedestal. What was it?
Fuck.
4. The metronome hits the ground, tick, tick, and then kind of sticks against the ground as the light now is a faster strobe light as you see these shadows moving more. So you've done your attack. You've done
I'm picking it up and slamming it back down.
You can pick it up. That's about your turn, is picking it up. You have to wait a turn to set it back down.
Fucking Kaine!
Thank you, Kate.
Fucking Rakell!
Somehow it was
All
Kane's
right.
fault.
All right, Bear,
Sorry.
you're up.
Uh,
So you've just seen this action. It was swing, and then it went dark, and all of a sudden you just saw this on the ground as the room was strobing as these things were creature. Roll a perception check for me real quick.
12.
12? Okay.
Or-
Minus 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
12? All right, yeah. You still see the shadows like shaking and adjacent, almost looking like they're moving faster towards you. What would you like to do?
It would be a proficiency.
Oh, sorry, it would be 13.
Plus 1.
13?
It'd be
Yeah.
plus
Still not good enough. It's okay.
No.
Oh,
That-
there's already
that's
plus
with
one.
it.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
minus one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since it's attacked me, I'm gonna try using my bonus action to rage.
All right.
Noise.
I'm also a totem warrior with the bear spirit,
Yeah.
so I get resistance to all damage.
Awesome. I'd like you to just because of what we've discussed, I'd like you to just roll a, I'll say a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. See, this is what I was afraid of.
Not saying anything.
Okay.
So I got nat 1.
All right. Cool.
Which
You're
is,
you're enraged. You're good to go.
totem
So
falls
let's
on
do
the
it. Your
ground.
totem. Sorry, what's the totem again? there?
So bear, so I get resistance to all damage except psychic.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Cool.
And
Magical too.
that's what the book said.
All damage. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Resistance. Not immune.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try and attack the thing that's in front of me here that I think is still in front of me.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it now as he's picked up the metronome. It's gone back to its normal speed when it originally entered in the room.
Okay.
Graff, alley-oop.
How far did he knock? Did it?
I'm holding it again.
Yeah.
Oh, you're holding. That's right.
Plus
He just needs to
uh,
put it down.
so
14,
plus
13, sorry. 13.
13. Just as you think it's about to move, and you're
Laura's
just
gonna
about to
die,
miss
then
it,
what are
you're
you gonna do?
So pissed, and and you hit it. And you hit it again. Roll your damage.
Sweet.
roll your
So 10, 12, 14.
14 points of damage as you've just ripped off another shred of it. Its arm is kind of missing now, but still parts of it is now instead of just being like a silk cloth, it is now kind of ripped into different pieces, and it's all standing up almost head over by where its stomach is now, but it still seems to be holding its composure. But badly hurt after that hit. Okay, Zukk. Just hearing all these whispers go, or is there anything else you're going to do? Move
no,
around?
that's
Okay, cool. So Zukk, yeah, you're standing there. You've seen some strength drain. Seen this dwarf companion here just rip into the shadow. What would you like to do, man?
I am going to
No, yeah, that's true. It's not.
again yell at Rakell. Rakell, get this on the pedestal. And then I'm going to take my crossbow out. No, I'm going to light a torch and throw it.
And nothing happened.
Where?
Over onto the left.
Over onto the left?
Yes.
So somewhere over here?
Yes.
My left or
exactly.
your left?
No, that's
Right there?
exactly
Okay,
where
cool.
I was. Good to go.
Okay.
That's you throw it there. Hopefully that gives you some more light.
So you throw it down, and in between the ticks of the metronome, the torchlight itself, not radiating light, but you can see the flame there sitting on the rock. It's very, very weird optical input to see this because it's just flame, but there's no light emanating from it. It's just fire,
So nothing changed.
pretty much. You just now have a marker where flame is.
Am I helping?
Rakell.
No.
Sweat, baby sweat.
I
We're just
don't know
gonna
what
say
to
this
do.
is the torch for now.
Sweet. I'd like to get out of here now. Golo!
Okay, is that everything? All right, Zukk, Graff, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. You're right. Gonna take 2 steps,
This
like 2 spaces, and then ahead 1. So just
Ahead
like
one.
to there, yeah.
So you see it kind of as you walk there, it wants to do something, but you just see it like convulse a bit,
Yeah.
and knows that it cannot.
Pull my crossbow out and just shoot at the one that Shocking Grasp.
The one that's sorry,
The one I just walked away from.
Okay, yeah.
Backed
All right,
off
take
from.
your
I
shot,
just
man.
Take a couple steps back and
Take the shot. Take
19.
Yep.
It's a 1. That's also 3 points of damage.
Vincent would be so proud. As it just falls into flakes. Roll it for. Oh, shit. Get out of here!
Barrick, no!
Get out of here.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like you to just roll a perception check for me real quick.
Natural 1.
Awesome.
Jesus,
Wow.
we're killing it.
Okay, cool.
Champions rolls.
All right, Rakell, standing there, the metronome. You look back at this fully figured shadow.
Oh god.
Let's see, 23
Yeah.
Oh my god.
to hit. It's going to do.
Oh, I'm down. It doesn't
It
matter.
does 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, you're still alive.
No.
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 Four?
We're gonna hit for a 12, a 9, and a 3. So or 4.
The
So just
metronome
enough.
falls to the ground, slowing down again.
Is this where the campaign ends?
For Rakell, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. All right, Zukk.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go for the.
Gonna throw another torch.
I'm going for now because apparently fuck team needs a goddamn small fry to do this shit.
All right, so you can,
Can I
only
even
go,
reach the top
25
of-
feet?
Yeah, I can. I got little legs, man. I got 4 spaces I can go.
You can get right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. Can I reach the top of the pedestal? Good question.
That's it. Yeah, you'd have to get on your toes.
Metronome, pedestal.
All right. Slows down again. Does another blast out. Once again, you see your shadows there, and as the light dims down, it looks again that they're burning in these new positions, and the room goes totally dark.
Now I
What's
just
the
want to
torch
take.
doing?
I just want to sit for a minute.
The torch now is emanating light.
Perfect. Can I look? I want to look around. I want to see if I can hear anything. Do I still hear any more of those like?
At this point now, too, being in this darkness, the darkness is now so potent. Your night vision is slowly kicking in now, and you can start seeing whites and grays. And there is stonework along the outsides of very engravings into the stonework itself that just look like pretty much similar things that you've been fighting. You can see marks along the wall of
Is there any like
different
information
palms.
or anything?
Nothing really written in this. Sorry. As you're glancing around, there is little alcoves that have like scrolls and stuff put in on it there. There is a lot of, with your eyes adjusting to the stone, you don't know if it's painted black or anything, but it's the stonework itself is very, very dark.
Last question. There's no more ghosts or whatever around?
You don't see a shadow anymore there. You do see roll a perception check before I finish my sentence. See, you make mistakes.
2.
I believe it's a 4.
Okay, you don't see anything. You don't see any shadows. Everything else. You just see Rakell laying there, breathing very slowly on the ground beside
I'm
you.
gonna go to Rakell. Give me a healing draft.
You just
we're
spent
still
your
in-
action to pick it up,
still
and your
in
bonus
combat,
action
yeah.
to set
Oh,
it down,
yeah.
and then you looked around real quick. So
No,
your
that's
turn's
it
done.
then. I'm good. I'm gonna
Graff.
laugh at Rakell again.
Jane light.
Glows up, and actually, the light itself is about another 5 foot in radius now. Either the encasing in her has now amplified the light a bit.
Cool. And then I'm walking. Do I see anything first before I move?
Roll a
Or-
perception check.
Yeah. 18.
18. You look around, and for a moment, a brief moment, as you look at the far end of the wall, it looks like someone's standing there. Just an outline. They look almost see-through, like almost a
Ethereal.
very nice. Thank you. Very nice. Inspiration for next game.
Oh shit!
Correct pronunciation. Yeah, you see a figure standing there really quick. Looks humanoid for a moment, and then it just kind of vanishes again, and then you just hear the last little Rakell, is that you? Fades, and then it is quiet in this room. The light that gives off from the torch just made this thing a little bit visible at the far end of the room, but then it kind of, with the light of Jane, yeah. Just as it turned on and powered on, you would have seen a little bit at the back of the room, and then just vanishes, and you hear the Rakell.
Pay no mind, run over to Cal and cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
That black out again.
I guess you could call it that.
Something like that.
Do I still feel like drained?
Very drained.
Yeah.
Feels very drained. Not yet.
Oh,
But Graff's done his turn.
Yeah,
Cal,
I'm just doing the healing.
yeah. He's going to tell you what your healing points are.
Hmm.
So before that, you're going to take your half your movement to stand up.
You get 10 hit points.
Oh yeah, I can't soon. I can get
I
up
know.
for 5.
I was reading that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much?
A 10.
Ooh, wow.
That's a good roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You're going to need it.
Oh boy.
Rakell, what would you like to do for your turn?
You can get up.
You stand up. That's half
Yeah.
your movement. See, the metronome is off. There is the light source of the torch now shining. The metronome has stopped pulsing.
What now, Rakell?
Is this all we were supposed to do?
Shh. Still need to figure out what he's going to do.
Larrick? Is that you?
Long ago, just kind of echoes.
What does that even mean?
Wait a second, no answer.
I'm gonna go over to the torch.
Okay.
So can I make it there?
Sound effects.
Yeah, those are
I
great.
like
Yeah, you
that.
can make it over there. 5, 10. Yeah, you've used 10 for your
And
movement.
pick it up and just kind of.
Kind of wave it around.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, roll a perception check.
Nat 20. Now, here, now.
Nat 20. You got that, Nat 20?
Yeah.
That's what you saw? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Sorry, I just saw you grab the dice and roll away, so I was like, did
No,
you
I'm
get it?
pissed because I rolled nat 1 when I'm trying to do something.
All right. For a moment, you look over kind of where Graff was staring at, just as you guys both kind of look in that direction as you pick up the torch and Jane's light shines. You see a familiar silhouette of, for a brief second, it does look like Larrick, and then it just kind of vanishes away.
Did you see that too, Rakell?
Yeah, it's my old friend.
Can make out some features to it, yeah, and look very similar,
Enough,
but then all of a sudden it just faded away.
Like, my assumption is that it's.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it looked like my old friend, but what's going on, I have not the slightest clue. I've never been in this room before. Well, I have.
All right.
Not getting attacked by scary ghosts.
Spooky
skeletons.
Shivers down your spine.
Barrick,
Yep.
from what we discussed and your backstory that you've told me about this certain rage that you have, you are still in a rage, and you see people moving around, and you just want to rip people apart right now.
Okay.
So go ripping, man.
All right.
Find someone to closest target you want, and
Say
just
I'll
run
run
at.
whoever is closest.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me.
Roll a d4.
No,
it'd be Rakell.
You saved my fucking life again. No.
Well, we're both.
No, because
Yeah.
he was here, and you're 2 ahead, and he's 3 ahead. He just has to move there to get to you.
Well, it's still
Here
10
you-
feet. Yeah. I guess we're
That's
both.
true. You know
No.
what?
Yeah.
Fine.
He's also holding a torch, though.
Yeah. I am holding
There,
the sword,
see,
yeah.
Barrick, he knows how to play right there. Yeah. You know what? No, I'm still going to move you right in there, though.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
All right, so you're there. You guys are all like, whoa, what's going on? And then you just hear this scream from this dwarf come running. His eyes bloodshot, his veins pulsing in his neck. The little wooden figures are just jangling him death.
All right. Nat 20.
Just
I get the rolls
healed.
when they count, boy.
Just healed.
So as you heal, you see his dwarf run! Just like Rakell's like, oh,
Yeah.
big smile, all happy.
Yeah.
It's not my front. Give! Just smoke. Roll your
Roll
damage.
your damage,
You see
bro.
Graff
So
sword
you
there?
double the dice roll.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
Hey!
4 damage.
yeah.
4 damage.
okay, good.
As you.
That
I
is
thought
the
you went.
worst
I thought you
thing.
went. Whoa! And it was like
What a roller
Yeah,
coaster.
So as he, you do a damage. You take 4
I
points
just see
of
him like
damage.
swing and just kind of like, what the fuck? back, man.
No, he hit you like good in one of the joints, but it was just like, yeah, did you mean to do? Like it's just the way he hit you just rocked you like.
He missed the blade and just smacked me with the
There
the
you
shaft.
go.
Just,
But the worst. Never mind.
ow!
Is he still in a crazy rage?
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
For now, he is.
I'll bonk you on the nose. No!
Bad dwarf.
Okay. Barrack is enraged right now, and he is going crazy. Zukk, what would you like to do?
Kaine! We might need some assistance! Does he hear me?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Here's you.
The guy you didn't trust kind of raged and tried to kill Rakell.
Instantly transform werewolf and bust through the doors if I can.
Gavin sees you do this. Oh my. What are you doing?
Open the door!
Oh, maybe not. You just went a little shape-shifty.
Gavin, Rakell's in trouble!
It is groundkeeper, Gavin, but I'll allow Gavin. He opens the door. It would take your full action to talk to him, full movement to get into the room. So a new challenger has entered the field.
You want me to roll the initiative?
For now, we'll say yes.
Okay.
Oh no, I took him out. But 10, 15, 20. I took out the werewolf. I forgot to put him back.
My initiative was
Oh my god, so
was 8. Am I close enough to attack him?
You've spent your time talking to Gavin, get the door open, and then you've run in, so that's your whole turn just to get there.
did Kaine turn
8?
into a
8 is
werecat?
my initiative. You wanted me to?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
please.
sorry. No. Be actually 11 plus 3.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my action to do like poisonous gas
Okay.
underneath. Well, in our little area.
Oh yeah, we're
Oh,
not
yeah, you're
affected
all
by
immune.
poison.
No,
Yeah.
nobody else but Barrack would be affected.
Yeah, alright, so do the poison.
We were vaccinated, bitch.
13. I don't know how.
Get
The
turned
poison
off.
type, what's your AC?
14. I also have
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we
dwarven
Immune to-
resilience.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's resistant to.
So as he like kicks, smokes, you just see him breathe it all in and just still screaming.
He takes half damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he is up to date with his vaccines.
Did it hit?
I don't know, 13?
No.
No,
No, it didn't
Of course
hit.
Okay.
not.
It didn't.
Okay. That's it. And I'm going.
So there is poison gas in the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it a saving throw?
Constitution saving
You just
throw.
make a constitution saving throw, take 1d4
But
poison damage.
you're
so
immune
yeah,
to,
Yeah, you have advantage, so you roll twice.
but you're immune to poison.
Resistant to it.
Oh, resistance.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, so yeah, just roll it.
Yeah, you
there.
don't need to
Take-
make an attack roll.
No, it's just a saving throw for them. It was my mistake. We're running a little late, but it's
Yeah,
good.
you just you do it and they make a
Forgot how
saving
that
throw.
works.
Yeah.
He roll your damage.
Roll your damage for the poison.
Did not resist it. While he
And you'll
gets-
take half of this, and then because your totem
2.
is on, you'll take another half off
So
of it.
1
so
damage.
half of one.
You take no damage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like I
because that
described
all there,
before,
doesn't it? Yeah.
brings it in and just spits
Does
it
he
all
become
out.
poison until the end of their turn?
Yes,
Because you
he
failed the Constitution
will.
saving throw?
Yeah.
Sweet. So that's good.
Has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability
Looks
checks.
like it's healing of Zukk.
Okay, Graff, what would you like to do?
That's it.
I'm gonna fucking charge over and grapple that guy.
Okay.
How do you knock someone out of the raid?
I just throw my crossbow, gets
bonking
thrown
you on
behind
the
my
nose
back.
All right.
It's all
So roll your athletics versus your dex. I think we did last. Or no, I allowed the strength versus strength, even though it's
Yeah.
still left versus dex.
Whatever you
So you can either use your athletics or acrobatics to get out of it.
Yeah, you
Dex or strength?
Yeah, dex.
Does counting as a size larger do
won't-
anything
yeah,
for
that
that, or
won't
is
be
it just
plus-
my strength?
Yeah, it'd be.
I guess actually,
Yeah,
never
you're
mind, because
correct.
Yeah,
my
it's
strength
plus
is
4,
lower
yeah.
and it gives me plus 2 strength.
Yeah, so yeah.
9.
So that makes. That's cocked. That's cocked.
Got all right. Let it roll. Let it roll.
Let it rile.
Let her out.
That's
Been a
19.
long day.
19.
19. So yeah, you just bear hug him, and you can just feel this guy vibrating,
Yeah.
standing still, like he is just breathing. No, I don't know if you want to do it, Brain. Yeah! Right on.
Just these mechanical arms. Are just
Give me some.
Yeah.
Flex and bust out of here.
All right.
You pinch your nose closed.
Wait, is that
Gavin!
is that Gavin?
Yeah.
My boy.
Gavin was walking.
That's cool.
His shovel still turned the other way. Not a really hammer, but it's a shovel. He's like, oh, he's just misunderstood and angry. We must calm him down.
That was my plan.
It's been a while, huh? This is.
He hasn't vanished though since the moment.
Oh yeah, and he's poison grapple. He put your AC is not 12, is it?
No.
14.
14. No, so he's swing more.
Just a
Hold him still. Kaine, it is now your turn.
Right on. I'm gonna activate my blood, right?
All right.
So
How did everything go so wrong?
Kaine's fault.
I was afraid.
I'm gonna attack. Ooh, okay. I was gonna try to attack him. 7.
7. No, so as you're like blood right out. Rah! Just swinging in a wireless streak.
Literally.
Oh yeah, you're advantage because he's holding.
I was
I
about
keep
to
forgetting. Jeez.
Oh no,
yeah.
10.
10. You just see this, just rage versus rage here.
What are you guys
Doing
doing?
better
I'm
with
holding
me than I did not.
You're too big.
Graff, can you hold me from
Yeah,
now
you just
on?
keep hitting me.
All right,
Beating your
Rakell.
arms is apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, death save.
I kind of like they have him under control.
What?
He's unconscious, eh?
Who is?
Me?
No,
No.
he's still standing up.
He only hit me
He
five
healed
times.
him.
Yeah, shit.
He healed him, and everything was all cool.
He came
and
close
then-
to cutting my head off,
I
but he
thought he
missed.
just. I just automatically
Yeah.
after the crit. I just thought Rakell was down.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Good. Thank God.
Yeah, we'll get to Rakell, do Barrack, and then let's turn around and get you all to roll. Okay, anyway, so Rakell, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna. They seem to have him under control. I'm gonna go just walk towards the location where I saw.
Okay, Zukk.
Whatever it was. So kind of past Zukk, yeah.
So as he's standing there, it gets dark around where you guys are now.
Well, I got Jane.
Yeah, Jane's out. We're good. You see anything?
You see, roll a investigation check for me.
Now they're not 20.
That 20.
Nice.
There,
Guy's on fire.
there does seem to be doors, but they look very, just the way the carvings are, it looks almost like a hidden door in behind there.
Can I just?
Push on it, it's
Yeah.
just, there's something stopping it, but you'd look around, and you'd see, actually, 2 stoneworks about waist height, with an extra, not 20. It looks like 2 fists on each side, left and right, like that.
Oh, I'm good. Shove my fists in there in the holes.
Door opens up.
I'm gonna walk in. Use my,
No, right?
It's dark.
Do you?
It's dark.
As it opens up, it is dark. There's some cobwebs hanging there, and you
Poke my head back out.
okay. You just see chaos over there by the.
That's probably fine.
Yeah. All right.
You guys good?
Okay.
I found the door.
All right, Barrack, your turn. You are grappled. You'd have to use your action to break the grapple if you want.
Okay. Can I try and get myself out of the rage?
Well, let's try. I'd like you to roll. I said wisdom, so we'll stick with wisdom.
That makes sense.
So 15.
15. You finally will let it be the burn of the poison that hit your mouth, or the swinging of a shovel that almost hit you, or the grappling pressure of this.
I was punching kneecap.
Your eyes kind of just, and you close through, and the redness has gone away.
I'm like
And-
a weighted blanket.
You even, Graff, feel it hugging, like he's no longer trying to fight back. He's just gone, like, kind of limp in your eyes, and you feel once again as yourself, maybe a little bit ashamed because
Yeah, I was gonna say all like.
Oh, and also,
Let's go. Me.
also, there's Gavin standing beside you, and now there is this werewolf standing right in front of your face, just like drool coming off at you as he's trying to swing an attack.
I wouldn't let go. I'd keep holding on. Like,
Okay.
is that combat over, or is that?
Pretty much. Once,
weapon.
Like,
Yeah, the axe will just like fall out of my hands, and I'm just.
oh,
gonna, like,
okay. If you did that, then
I'm sorry.
Let's go.
And if he lets go, I'll like fall to my knees and kind of like.
yeah, you'd see like an
so
immediately
sorry.
change in appearance. You'd almost remember traveling with Phylos when he went all crazy down in the basements and stuff like that, and you just saw him go nuts, it would take a large person like that to keep control over themselves, and you think maybe
Kind of
there is a reason
like
why.
reach for the wood that I always have on me and just kind of start
Faster than you ever carved
away.
before.
Yeah.
You've made 30 matchsticks in like
Yeah,
2
just
seconds.
start ripping it apart.
I stay in werewolf form, and what's the meaning of this?
This is why I came here. I have this rage inside of me that I can't control, and in my past I've hurt people. I just want to learn to control it, and I'm just like shaving this thing down. There's almost nothing left of the wood.
Groundskeeper Gavin actually gets down onto a knee and arm beside you, and he's like almost, well, obviously towering over you. But he's almost trying to get close to you to bring you in to realize that it's okay. And his trunk's just kind of like moving your shavings aside and kind of helping you. You have come to the right place.
I'll revert back to human.
Thank you.
Put my fist down.
Does he seem genuine?
Roll an insight check.
20.
Look at us
20?
playing the long game.
Are you genuine?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Sorry we ever doubted you. Or I ever doubted you, I should say.
It's okay.
You can find... you can look to us to help you as well.
I trust
We
him.
are stronger than we look. We can obviously
I
deal
believe
with-
that.
We can obviously deal with
me.
We just we all just transformed and just jumped on him immediately. I trust him, and I just walk off towards Rakell.
Okay. You see Rakell light, like all stoked
Yeah.
to find his door.
Gets dark behind me.
All right.
head
And-
towards Rakell as well.
As you guys head to Rakell, and as you guys are sitting there, and Barrick is wood shaving, you see Gavin kind of lift his head a bit and look over at you guys, and then you see his trunk kind of go over, and then he just kind of flicks the metronome, and then it goes back, but it is now pulsing a whiter light. Then there is like a little bit of aura glowing to it, lighting up the room. Neat little thing though is your shadows are all still burnt into the ground on the different places you stood when you got activated the first time. So now it is kind of lit up, and yeah, we will.
So I have some cool shadows. I have one of me standing all
Mhm.
cool, and then there's one of me passed out on the
But
ground.
that's where we'll end it for this evening after getting to the monastery, getting the metronome back into place. Thank you all for watching again.
Thank you very much.
Hope you had
guys.
fun. And yeah, big round of applause to Braden
thanks for joining
chilling with
Thanks
us.
again
It was
for
good.
having me. That's
Awesome. Perfect.
They're trying to murder me.
And yeah, normally Barbarian Rage doesn't do that, but we had a discussion,
that's a pretty
and it
cool
was,
flag.
I thought it'd be neat to throw it in.
That
the
is
so it was
pretty
good.
deep.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you all for viewing. Be up on YouTube there in a little bit, but yeah, we're on Twitch every Tuesdays.
Mostly every Tuesdays.
Yeah, mostly every Tuesdays if life doesn't get in the way and other. Yeah, you know what? Cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, and yeah, use Ironscape again, and yeah, also don't forget to like and subscribe if I didn't say that already. And hopefully we'll keep bringing you some awesome storytelling, and you guys will enjoy it, and everything
Yes.
else. And yeah, life's short, and be awesome to one another,
Yeah.
and see you next Tuesday.
See you
Thanks for
next
Braden
time.
for coming on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Have a great night,
You said
everyone.
that.
I didn't hear you. I said it.
yeah, no worries, no worries.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you, everyone.